scoreboard.com.
At Oakland University, being golden is putting in the hard work. It's raising the bar and never settling for less. It's the tireless hours spent getting your hands dirty. It's searching for answers where others aren't looking, rising before the sun, and staying up long after it sets. It's in you. Be golden. Explore more at oakland.edu.
Baseball is back in the D, and it's time to bring the bliss to game day. This season, crack open a carbless while you're cheering on the Detroit Tigers, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories with bold, unbeatable flavor. From tailgates outside the ballpark to watch parties at home, carbless is the MVP of your lineup. So when the Tigers swing big, you sip big. Carbless, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Jeff Rieger with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. They say that all good things must come to an end, and in Boston, they realized that statement yesterday. The Red Sox have been the hottest team in all the bigs, winning 14 in a row and virtually turning around their season. Coming into play yesterday, Boston and Baltimore were engaged in a double dip at Fenway. If the Red Sox could win the early game, they would tie a franchise record for most consecutive wins, and they did. They doubled up the Birds 6-3, no problem. And then came game 2. A win would immortalize the 2026 Red Sox for having the most wins in a row in franchise history, but Baltimore wasn't having it. Birds up 1-0. Dylan Beavers dug in, men on, looking for a commanding lead.
Base hit here, and you're up 3-0. Swinging a line drive, and here comes the 3-0. Into scores Henderson. O'Neill coming down the line. He's going to score on a 2-run base hit from Dylan Beavers.
Baltimore wins at 5-1, and the Red Sox lose a game for the first time since July 1st. Hey, Beantown, don't be sad that it's over.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
In no regard for his body.
I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits to defenders and makes a great grab.
The kick is good. Right through the flying uprights.
Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch?
Make way for Batman.
People would love this if we did Lady and the Tramp.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove. He flips the entire glove to first base.
Fast and furious and dead on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebake.
Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play.
Moving fast toward big league stardom.
Randy Rosarena. Superman catch. What a leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it.
Oh, hey now, hey now. What a play by Ryan McMahon.
How about that?
Counts 1-1 on Langoliers. He has walked, lined out, and struck out.
That is driven to left field. You can forget about that baseball. Oh, man.
That's 111 miles an hour off the bat.
Oh, is that ball well struck? That's number 23 for Shea and his 51st RBI. It's quite a blast, the ace catcher, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
444 feet.
Man.
For Langoliers for number 23.
The tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker, And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. From the field, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Good evening, Tiger fans. This is Bobby Scales with the Tigers from the Field Report. We'll be continuing our conversation with Tiger great Curtis Granderson that we had on Wednesday from Wrigley Field.
Does the date, September 13th of 2004, mean anything to you?
That was it, the debut day. And, you know, I'm going to take you to even the day before. So we're in the AA Eastern League playoffs. We lose and get eliminated. At the end of every season, I always throw my equipment away because it's just worn out. You know, you've gone through your batting gloves, probably got a hole in your cleats you've taped up. You know, your gloves about to fall apart. So I'm like, all right, we're done with that. We'll hopefully get some new stuff and get ready for next year. Throw my stuff away. And our minor league coordinator, Glenn Ezel, is in town. And he says, hey, Grandy, I need to come talk to you real quick. So I thought he was calling me into the office to talk about my plans for the offseason. I was set to go to the Arizona Fall League. Sure. He said, you're going to the big leagues, huh? So I said, hold on. I had to run out and go to the garbage can, get all my stuff back out that I just threw away, hopefully before people poured their Gatorade and their food on top. Right. So I got my cleats, I got my glove, I got my batting gloves, and then I get home, got to call my mom and dad. So I called them up. And what's so cool about my parents, and one of the things that another Detroit Tiger great, Dimitri Young, loved about my parents, and he took me underneath his wing. I make my debut the next day. And he goes, hey, are your parents coming? I said, no, they're not coming. He goes, when are they coming to see you? I was like, well, we play here in Detroit, then I think we go to Baltimore, Cleveland, and then we're coming to Chicago. He goes, they gonna wait all that time to see you? I was like, yep. He goes, they got stuff to do. He goes, that's why I love them. They don't care. They got their priorities. They will see you when they see you. And he's loved my parents ever since. That's how they've been.
That's unbelievable. That's a great story. That was just the start of a real good thing, man. 16 major league seasons, 1,800 hits, 344 homers, man. What I thought was fantastic for your first 6 years of your career in Detroit. Let's start here. 6 years in Detroit. What are some of your fondest memories of wearing that Old English D?
I'd say the first thing, one, just getting drafted by them.
Sure.
That's the first thing. Second, getting called up to the big leagues. The friends and colleagues I got a chance to meet and stay close with. Bo Flowers, another Chicago native, he was drafted that same year as I was. We worked out a lot that offseason here in Chicago. And then just getting to the big leagues in Detroit, I think the coolest part about it is I thought when I got drafted I would play for about 2 to 3 years in the minor leagues, get released, then put my college degree to work, and then go do my thing. And in 2 to 3 years, I got called to the big leagues. Right. So a combination of all that together, then being in the city of Detroit, the state of Michigan. Honestly, I didn't know a ton about the Tigers before I got drafted. You asked how much did I know about pro baseball? I didn't know much about the Tigers except for Cecil Fielder, Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, and that was all from RBI Baseball. Sure. The video game.
Sure. That's right.
So now I get a chance to meet Willie Horton. Yep. And he comes and takes me under his wing, comes to Oneonta, meets my parents and myself, and just, hey, whatever you need, son, I got you.
Yeah.
I meet Al Kaline. I meet all these greats over there, and then I realize just the passion not only for the city, but for the entire state. And then I get to the big leagues, and the number of people that showed me their Old English D tattoos. Right, that's right. It was amazing. I'm like, y'all serious with this over here? Like, you can tattoo anything you want on yourself, but they were getting that Old English D tattoo.
This ball's hit deep to left field. Ryan Reynolds clears the deck. Wow! Bangs off the facade of the second deck. Anchored down with his first home run. Back-to-back Bucks. 5-0 Pittsburgh.
That's what you want to see from Brian Reynolds. Driving the ball, using the middle of the field, and got that pitch out over the middle of the plate. Fans up there don't usually get home run balls. They almost got one there. And, hey, let's do it.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
First pitch. Swinging a line drive, shallow center. On comes Young. He goes into a slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Second base umpire points to the first base umpire. Blakeney says he caught it on a sliding grab. What a catch by Young. Just making sure he got it. He did. Phillies don't have a challenge, and Jacob Young saves a couple of runs with that sliding shoestring catch.
And no question, right into his glove, no short hop. Great play, huge play.
So after all that, the base is left loaded, a 1-1 game.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Sam. The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
126 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run!
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Corwell Health, Fago, the D Las Vegas, Northville Lumber, Feiger Law, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, Rocket, and Little Caesars Pizza.
Fly ball left field. It's deep. It's got a chance, and it's gone, a home run. Javi Baez, 2-run shot.
Ball with the call of the game from the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. Here are the voices of Tigers baseball, Dan Dickerson and Bobby Scales.
Clear skies, light breeze, very pleasant in downtown.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Your homestanding Detroit Tigers, they will go this way. Leading off is your shortstop, Kevin McGonigal. Labor Torres is in the 2 spot. He'll play second base. Colt Keith is over at third base, hitting third. Riley Green gets to DH this evening. He'll bat fourth. Dylan Dingler is behind the plate, batting fifth. Kerry Carpenter gets a start in right field. He'll bat sixth. Spencer Torkelson is in the 7th spot over at first base. Zach McKinstry continues his world tour of every position on the field. He'll play left field tonight and bat 8th. And James Outman will be out in center field batting 9th.
Pitching matchup is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Troy Melton for the Tigers, Randy Dobnik for the Kansas City Royals. Game time weather brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuums. 77 degrees, just perfect. Low humidity, clear skies as we get this game underway. Keys to the game brought to you by Rave Associates, proud distributors of Bell's Brewery, Founders, and Long Drink. We'll talk about Dominic in the bottom of the first inning. The key for Troy Melton to continue what has been really just a phenomenal start to this season, Bobby.
Yeah, Dan, this lineup is short. I mean, after Pasquantino and I guess Salvador Perez, it gets really short really early for this Kansas City lineup. He needs to continue to do exactly what he's doing. Pound the zone, use that cutter, use that fastball, and then spin that breaking ball when he needs to and throw that splitter. He's been fantastic lately. No need to change anything he's doing.
Coming off an incredible start that we'll be talking about against his hometown Angels. First pitch of the game is a fastball up and away to Carter Jensen. And we are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the first of a 4-game series in the first of a 7-game homestand. Orioles come in next. Line drive fouled on the first base line. Slider misses down and in, up a little bit, and Jensen had a good swing. So no Bobby Witt Jr., no Kyle Isbell, who has certainly had some good at-bats against the Tigers in recent years. But the guy that's really missing, and the Tigers are okay with it, 1-1 changeup away. 2-1 is Michael Garcia, 346 career batting average against the Tigers.
Torches the Tigers.
Just torches the Tigers, and all three are on the IL right now. Wind up in the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter, Bobby, was the pitch. It felt like they got him back on track, but it's kind of his pitch right now.
It's his pitch. He's been throwing it harder by design, and that thing is so devastating. It's straight fastball until it's not. Seemingly 6 inches before you swing, and then you just swing through it because it has such movement.
2-2 fastball up and away. And this is what we saw in that start against the Angels. They called it a fascinating start. I think he had other words for it. He was he was not happy with how it started. 4 walks the first 12 batters, and then he turned it around. It was incredible. 3-2 up and away. But this is what we saw.
Right.
We saw him spraying the fastball, and it was 98-99 out of the gate. He said it felt like my major league debut because he was home. 70 friends and family in attendance, and so the adrenaline was flowing, and he had no command of the fastball. Walked 4 of the first 12, and then dominated the final 11 batters with 6 strikeouts, tying his career best 9 strikeouts. Swinging a pop-up off the bat of Lane Thomas into shallow left field. Kevin McGonigal in the shadow of the light towers will backpedal and make the catch in shallow left field. Lane Thomas has added a lot to this offense. Pop out to McGonigal for the first out here in the first inning. First pitch is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. And today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers radio network. So with no Bobby Witt Jr., as Bobby said, this lineup is short. For a couple of months, they were really struggling. Pasquantino takes a cutter for a strike. They heated up for about 3 weeks in June. For 21 games, they averaged 6 runs a game. They were still giving up runs, so they only went 12-9 in that stretch. But this offense can put up a double-digit number on you in a hurry. Snap throw down to first. Carter Jensen back with the head-first slide. Another big miss for Troy Melton. Right now, after that 21-game stretch where they averaged 6 runs a game, the Royals are in a stretch where it's really odd, but 23 games, they scored 31 in back-to-back games, 16 and 15, and they've averaged under 3 runs a game in the other 21. Wow. Swinging a foul down the right field line. So, streaky, yes, they can still put up a 10 spot, but no Bobby Witt Jr., no Michael Garcia, and it's definitely different. Vinny Pasquantino is not the same threat that he was a year ago. Hitting .227, the power number is off. The 1-2, swinging line drive, base hit into left, soft line drive over Colt Keith's glove. Kinster will get that ball in quickly to Kevin McGonigal.
Dan, that was a pretty good swing right there. It was a good splitter. It was down and away from Pasquantino, and this is why. And to be honest with you, I'm a big fan of Vinny Pasquantino, the way he plays first base, the way he takes his at-bats. This is why I have a tough time understanding why he's gone in this prolonged slump. He just hasn't gotten on track at all this year because he's able to do that, especially on a pitch like that.
That brings up Salvador Perez, and he takes a curveball for a strike. He is having his worst season in the major leagues at the plate. It's 211, and it's no power, and it's the usual low walk. So it's a very empty 211. Slider down, swinging a tap foul right at home plate. It's been a struggle, and it's because he is not hitting right-handed pitching. He's got 3 home runs in the last couple of weeks, so perhaps heating up. I never feel comfortable with him at the plate. The 0-2, curveball down, 1-2 on Salvador Perez.
It's funny because as you were saying that, I'm thinking I'm still not comfortable up here right now. He's still a threat.
Couple of men on. Jensen at second. Pasquantino at first. Jensen runs well. The 1-2. Check swing away. He will not walk. But he's taken a couple of pitches to even the count. That little section of sunshine between the last row of the upper deck and the roofline shadow is right now in front of the mound. The 2-2. Swing and a cue job off the end of the bat goes foul over by the on-deck circle for the Royals on the first base side. Royals come in at 43-60. They're facing the 25-year-old from Newport Beach, Troy Melton, making his 10th start of the year, and it has been one heck of a collection of the first 9 starts. 2-2, swing and a foul out of play. So in that game, again, he's facing his hometown team, his idol, Mike Trout. I mean, there's a lot going on. Walks 4 of the first 12. He'd walked 11 of the previous 190 batters. He had no command of anything. Chris Fetter goes out. He says, I don't even remember what he said. 2-2, swinging a tap foul. But he got himself back on track. He said, I just tried to get it into my back leg a little bit better. So through those 12 batters, it was 52 pitches, 28 strikes, 24 balls. The next 11 batters, 42 pitches, 32 strikes.
I think he also said, I mean, he's not blaming the mound, but the mound was very different than what he was used to. Apparently it was a very tall mound and steep.
2-2, swing and a miss. Did he get a piece of it?
I think he did.
Oh, he did. I thought he missed, but went off of Dylan Dingler. Perez will see at least 9 pitches, so that pitch count already climbing for Troy Melton. Certainly a great double play candidate. He's grounded into 12 so far this year. Melton knows how to get the ground ball. 2-2, fastball up. Wow. 9-pitch battle. One thing we know about Troy Melton, he can figure it out.
Yeah, and he did. He definitely did during that Angel start. He was fantastic, the backside of that.
It's a big early pitch. 3-2 away. He walked it. Guy who will not walk. But that was ball out of hand. That's the cutter. And the Royals have loaded the bases here in the first.
Yeah, he wanted to start that probably middle and let it get to the outer third. He just yanked it a little bit, a little quick. Yanked it. And then that cutting action took it off the plate. Salvi saw it, took it for a ball.
Just his 16th walk of the year. And we're talking about 400 plate appearances. Dylan Dingler out to have a word with Troy Melton. He said, I thought it was a fantastic finish. He's like, yeah, that was fine, but I never should have walked 4 to start the game.
Right.
And once again, he has started by walking 2 of the first 4. Like I said, kind of like Cater Montero, he has a way of figuring things out. Michael Massey steps to the plate. Good solid hitter in 2024. Injury shortened season last year, and he just had an awful year at the plate. Back to being a productive hitter. First pitch cutter on the back door for a called strike 1.
Yeah, best pitch he's thrown thus far. Located that, started it just off from the left-handed hitting Michael Massey, and cuts it back on that outside edge.
Strike 1. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Chris Siegel's our home plate umpire today. Laz Diaz is at first. Eric Backus, tonight's second base umpire. And Brian Onora is at third. Lefty who hits righties and lefties about the same. In at the corners, middle of the infield, back the 0-2, swing and a pop-up up into the sunshine, down into the seats behind home plate. Somebody made a good play, but I'll bet they played it on the camera.
They did.
But...
and didn't spill either frosty beverage. Double-fisted into one hand. Wow. Look at that. Okay, a few drops, but that's a good percentage save right there.
He's done that before.
Oh, yeah, he has. Veteran.
Bases loaded, one out. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup.
Oh, great sequence right there by those two. Backdoor cutter for a called strike. Those are four-seamer past Massey. Throws him another four-seamer up and then the splitter down. This looks like a fastball at the bottom of the zone out of hand and then just falls off the table. That's a good pitch right there from Troy Melton.
2 outs. It brings up Isaac Collins, hitting .244, 5 home runs, swinging a foul to the screen. The power threads. With Bobby Witt Jr. not in this lineup, it's really Salvador Perez and Carter Jensen. I mean, that's kind of it. The strike one. Down and in, check swing, appeal to third. Brian Honora peering from the sunshine into the shadows, squints in and says, yeah, I think he went. And he did.
He sure did.
No balls, 2 strikes. Troy Melton 1 strike away from getting out of a bases loaded, 1 out jam. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Tigers have to complete the strikeout. Dingler to Melton. Oh, that close. Jensen coming home. He jumped up. He made the catch. His foot came down on home plate a fraction of a second before Jensen hit home plate with a head-first slide.
Ooh. I think they got him. I think the Royals are going to have a look at challenging him, but just throw it to first. You could. Yeah, he's out. He got down on there well before Jensen slid in home.
That was a dangerous play.
It was a very dangerous play. Troy Melton, athlete, up, down, tip, avoided Jensen, slided in there.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, no score. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
At Oakland University, being gold.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
2-run double.
Find one at mclaren.org/primary care.
Davy Tree and the Detroit Tigers are excited to present triples for trees. 3 trees planted for every Tigers triple this season. That's 99 trees and counting.
Kevin McGonigal leads off for the Tigers. Nice job by Troy Melton to work out of a bases loaded 1 out jam. We go scoreless to the bottom of the first. Tigers facing the 31-year-old from South Park, Pennsylvania, Randy Dobnik. First pitch to Kevin McGonigal. 2-seamer up. Ball 1. Amazing to see Randy Dobnak back on the Major League mound. Ground ball to first. Big hop for Pasquantino. Fields it off to the glove side. His right side. He'll make the play unassisted. 2 pitches. 1 out here in the first. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network. Today's game brought to you in part by Myron, official partner of the Detroit Tigers. The series is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. Little flare into right field. Sinker up. Gleyber Torres does what he does best. Contact, find a hole, and find some grass.
He does. That's the part. That's the part. Find some grass. Just a 2-seam fastball. Dobnak doesn't throw hard. It's a 2-seam fastball, sweeper, changeup, slider. He's got a 4-seam fastball. He really only uses that to left-handed hitters. Average fastball sits right at 92 miles an hour. He's a pitch-to-contact guy, relies on the movement and relies on you getting yourself out as a hitter.
Sinker away. Keith and Green now due up next. Young man who went undrafted out of college, played here in Utica, the USPBL, the Independent Ball League, the 1-0. Sinker gets a called strike down and away. Twins noticed. Signed him that same summer. That was in 2017. 2 years later, he goes from A-ball to AA to AAA to the major leagues with the Twins. 1-1, swing and a miss. A very good changeup. Good action down and in to the lefty Colt Keith.
That's his pitch. That changeup is, he's got it. His 2-seam fastball doesn't do a ton. It's more of a runner than a sinking fastball. But that changeup looks just like his 2-seamer. Same arm stroke, same motion, and he gets some depth to it.
1-2, slider away. Big injuries for the Twins this year. They are missing Chris Bubich. Cole Reagan's had an injury-shortened year last year. He is done for the year. The 2-2. Swing and a tap foul. That changeup's got great action. That's a good foul.
It like really Colt Keith. It's got very good action. Like I said, it looks just like that 2-seamer coming in. He's got a short little compact windup. Works from that first base side. Short arm stroke in the back, so it gets on you a little bit. He jumps at you a little bit, so there's some deception involved. You think it's that 2-seam fastball, and it just doesn't get there, and then it bottoms out.
2-2 again. Swinging a soft ground ball to first. Pasquantino in front of the bag. Fields flips down to Vasquez at second. Relay back to first base to Dobnak. Not in time. It's a simple 3-6 put out for the force on Torres at second base. You swapped Colt Keith over there at first. Dobnak kind of a sensation that first year in 2019 just because of his story. And he only pitched 28 innings at the major leagues. But again, he went from A-ball to the major leagues that year in 2019. And his last start of the year was 6 brilliant innings. Here at Comerica Park, our first look at Randy Dobnak. He gave up 1 unearned run on 1 hit in a 6-inning start. He has not had a ton of success his last 2 starts here against the Tigers. He's given up 11 runs in 7 innings of work. The 1-0. Up and away, fastball away. He's been kind of grinding away at AAA the last several years. 2-0. Swinging a line drive to right. That's going to drop for a base hit. That's going to get Colt Keith over to third. Lofton plays very deep. He'll field it near the line, get the ball in to Massey at second base. Green line drive single, runners at the corners.
Yeah, good job by Riley. The way you get to Dobnak is you got to wait him out. He doesn't have big stuff. He's going to pick at the edges and, again, rely on you to get yourself out. Wait him out. Make sure you get something in the middle of the plate and get something in the middle of the plate up. And you put a good swing on it, and that's exactly what Riley did right there.
Tigers traded for him at the trade deadline. You might remember everybody's like, what? Why are we trading for Randy Dobnak? But his time with the Tigers at AAA Toledo might truly have been the innings that helped revive his career. Sinker for a strike in to Dylan Dingler. His ERA was over 7 at AAA with the Twins at St. Paul. There was high walks, low strikeouts. Tigers signed him, and he put put up some nice numbers in 38 innings at Toledo, and that led to Seattle signing him in the offseason. Pitched well there. Kansas City needed some help, and they brought him to Kansas City. This is his 4th start with KC's. Had a couple of good starts. England now waiting on an 0-2. Soft ground ball to short. Velasquez will field and flip down to Massey at second. Tigers threaten and do not score. We head to the second inning. First of 4, Tigers and Royals, and we're scoreless after 1.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
So this is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lauren Shahadi
How
card?
about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lauren Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
Second inning is brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. You play the Michigan Lottery Gems, Sevens, Instant Games today. They're instant fun for everyone. No score. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Troy Melton could use a quick second inning after the long first inning. 28 pitches. Well, he needs to look no further than yesterday.
Yeah, he goes, look back at his buddy yesterday.
Cater Montero, if you missed it, just a gem. In Chicago in the rubber game of a 3-game series. Every time you get to rubber game, it's a must-win. The strike one. High and away, it's going to be this way the rest of the year. Josh Rojas, lefty at the plate, hitting .244 for the Royals. Not much power in this bat. The 1-1. Line drive fared on the right field line, and that's going to get to the corner. That's triple territory. Carpenter over to field it. Rojas, though, was thinking 2 out of the box. He stopped at second base, and he could have ended up on third. Ball got away on the relay. I mean, he didn't know that, but he was definitely settling for 2.
Yeah, he shut it down about halfway between first and second. Only got to fourth gear anyway. Like you said, Dan, he wasn't thinking 3, he was thinking 2. Nonetheless, that's a cutter that was in the middle of the plate and up. Credit Rojas, put the bat on it and lined it in the right field corner.
That brings up Nick Lofton. Remember, the Royals now 4 seasons. He's there. Zach McKinstry plays all over, swinging a tap foul right at home plate. He's picked it up just nice, quietly. Nice improvements for Nick Lofton. OPS of 520 a couple of years ago to 630 to 730 this year in his 220 plate appearances. The strike one. Ground ball and a high chop to third. Colt Keith will field. Fire. Get Lofton in first, held Rojas at second. He's there with 1 out. But if you missed that Cater Montero start last night, I mean, that's how you do it. When you run into some first inning trouble, and he did. Suzuki hits a home run, Bush singles. pitch count climbing. He knows he's on a pitch count.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's moving from the bullpen back to the rotation, probably in that 75 pitch range. He knew that. And he used up 1/3 of his pitches in the first inning. And pitched into the 6th. Andrew Velasquez, switch hitter batting lefty, takes a breaking ball for a called strike 1. It was really impressive, and we've seen Troy Melton do the same thing. Struggle with command early and then dial it in, get quick outs. Cruises. He averages 6 innings a start. Line drive caught by Torkelson, looked to second, and McGonigal wasn't there. Good base run by Andrew Velasquez, or by Rojas. He got back to second base.
Yeah, you've heard me say it before. Line drive is not freeze on a line drive like you hear in Little League, maybe even high school. It's one back. If he's not doing that right there, Torque fires to McGonigal. They get the second out. But again, that was another breaking pitch, a slider this time that was up in the zone. He's got to tighten that up. He's been fortunate that one didn't end up in the corner.
2 outs, man on second. First pitch cutter off the plate and in. Everything's just a little bit off early again for Troy Melton. Roofline shadow from the first base side has now covered the mound. That little sliver of sunshine is right in front of Cole Keith at third. Carter Jensen swings and fouls it out of play. He's a good-looking young hitter for the Royals, and they are very excited just about where he might be heading. He had a nice 60 at-bat debut last year and comes in hitting .240, but again, this is a guy who can hit for average. He can run a little bit, and he's got some pop. Fastball up and away. 97 on the fastball.
Dan, remember, this is the guy they brought up after they traded Freddie Fermin to the Padres at the trade deadline last year, and everybody's like, ooh, that's kind of an aggressive move, but they knew what they had in him.
2-1, ground ball, backhanded by Torque, falls down from his knee, goes to Troy Melton covering first. We've seen Torque do that a few times.
Unbelievable.
Down to the ground, and he doesn't have time to get up on a knee. As he's falling back to the ground, he gets up high enough to make a strong throw. Fine play.
That's a fantastic play by Torque. Corto is right. Good job not buying a ticket by Milton. Get over to the bag. You got one job. You got there.
Bottom of the second inning, scoreless. Tigers and Royals on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
In this game, you've got to keep your eye on the ball, but it's harder than it looks.
A Little League error there gives Jackson an extra 90 feet.
The action has defied all prediction.
And he tried to put it back in the glove. Oh, that's a great move.
What just happened? You can never be sure of anything in this strange game of baseball.
I think he hit the hole that was in that hole, the netting.
And speaking of strange things,
Geraldo Perdomo darts out of the dugout, cuts off Mr. Red and Rosie Red. Curveball got away.
That pitcher takes his eye off the ball.
From flubs to flair, let's check out some fine fielding affairs.
He did it again!
Junior dives like Superman.
Oh! Robbed by Marcy in center!
Going, man, you're gone.
Gone to the warning track, makes the over-the-shoulder grab.
Nunez from the shortstop side of the bag. Pops up and throws out Bobby Witt. Send it to left center, Jake Myers! What a catch!
How about that?
1 out, 1 on. Flips the order over for Fernando. 2 for 4 tonight with an RBI from top spot in the order. And runner goes, and a fly ball to deep left center field. That is back, and that is very gone. Way back into the bleachers. A mammoth blast in Atlanta.
There are no doubters, and then there are no doubters. The foot was down, hands are back. Launch time.
474.
You got to give at least like a courtesy jog.
No courtesy effort right here on that one.
Kerry Carpenter leads off for the Tigers. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Dan Dickerson, Bobby Scales, glad to have you along on a beautiful night in downtown Detroit. Not a cloud in the sky. Mid-70s, light humidity. A little breeze blowing from left to right tonight. Jenny Hornatsky, Tim Jetski are engineers for Game 1 of a 4-game series, Tigers and Kansas City Royals. Randy Dobnik delivers. Harry Carpenter hits a ground ball softly up the middle. Massey to his right, backhands, turns and throws. 1 pitch, 1 out. Look at the balls put in play so far by the Tigers. McGonigal soft ground ball. Torres flare. Keith ground ball. Green line drive. Now 2 more ground balls. So the 4 outs have all been routine ground ball outs. Brings up Spencer Torkelson, first pitch sweeper for a strike. Time for dollars on deck. If Zach McKinstry gets a hit this inning, Northville Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northville Lumber is Michigan's oldest business, largest Trex decking dealer. Torque takes. Sweeper. Off the plate away. No challenge. He falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, he elected not to challenge there, but that was definitely off the plate.
Big. 0-2, swing and a miss, and then he chases the same pitch in the same spot. Some hitters are just better at it than others. The challenge.
That's a pretty good pitch by Dobnik. Going right back to the well. Why not? Guy takes one right there, throw one to touch a little bit further off, and that's what he did. Torque ran out of bat on that sweeper.
Brings up Zach McKinstry, takes a fastball. Man, that looked like it had a little swing back action to it.
Well, it's a four-seamer, but because he throws that low arming, almost sidearm, there's going to be some arm side run to it.
Swing and a miss on a changeup down, and quickly no balls, 2 strikes. It's nothing but strike throwing from Randy Dobnik to start this game. 21 pitches, 16 strikes. Zach had an RBI double in the 9th inning yesterday, swinging a line drive into center field. He got jammed, but he drops in a line drive. Started to do that a whole lot more, and that's the one thing about facing a pitch-to-contact pitcher. You can be in a 2-strike count, and there's not a giant fear of a swing-and-miss pitch. And we've seen now a couple of Tigers not necessarily hit the ball hard, but drop in a base hit. That's the first 2-strike hit. That brings up James Outman. First pitch, change up and in. Lefty against the righty. Infield with the injuries has a different look to it. Rojas at third, Velasquez at short. He's up the middle. Massey's at second. He's solid. Change up, swing and miss. That pitch has been a real problematic pitch for James Outman. Lots of change-ups in recent weeks, and quite a bit of swing and miss at that pitch. Upright, relaxed stance, a 1-1. Sweeper misses the outside edge. He's got the good hitters count, 2-1. The outfield has Cowlins in left, Lane Thomas in the center. Nick Lofton is in right. They're just about straight up. Thomas in center, shades a little bit toward left center. The 2-1, swinging a line drive deep and foul down the right field line. The shadows just slowly but surely go out to left field from the infield. And then there's that gap in the roofline shadow. Part 2 is in right field, heading out to center field. Flip over to first, and McKinstry picked off by Randy Dobnik. Tigers get a 2-out single. McKinstry picked off. We'll see if the Tigers challenge. They will not. We head to the 3rd inning scoreless, first of 4. Tigers and Royals in Detroit on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, we live by the golden rule. Treat everyone who calls like they're someone's.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits 2 defenders and makes a great grab.
The kick is good. Right through the flying uprights. Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch? Make way for Batman.
People would love this if we did Lady and the Tramp.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove.
He flips the entire glove to first base.
Fast and furious and dead on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebake. Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play.
Moving fast toward big league stardom.
Randy Rosarena! Superman catch! What a leap leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it.
Oh, hey now, hey now. What a play by Ryan McMahon. How about that?
2-2. Got him with a high fastball, and the pack goes flying.
Dangerous projectile going towards the dugout.
Whoa! That's a rally shoe closet. Kickoff play at second. That does go into center field, and Bowers on his way to third.
Ball was tagged on a line.
Slow swimmer in the big leagues. He's gonna get there.
Coach was giving everything he had right there.
Yeah, it was enough.
Today is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Troy Melton taking his final warm-up toss. We go to the top of the third inning. Had to pitch out of a bases-loaded one-out jam in the first. Did not allow a run to score. Rojas led off inning number 2 with a double. And then 3 pretty quick outs. There was a line drive out in there. Hard ground ball. The calling card for Troy Melton this year has been, well, dominance in his 8 of 9 starts. First pitch sinker misses low and in. 2-3-4 hitters. Lane Thomas, pretty good hitter at the plate. Pasquantino Perez to follow. Troy Melton's average 6 innings a start. He's given up more than 4 hits twice. 1-0. Slider gets the call on the outside edge for a called strike.
Take it.
4 times he has given up 2 hits or 1. Gave up 4 runs in that Minnesota Twins game where that featured 4 home runs. Swinging a pop-up. Lane Thomas didn't know where it was, and then he saw Spencer Torkelson backpedaling down that right field line into foul territory. 2 steps, makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down here in the third inning. 4 runs on 4 solo home runs against the Twins here. Hot, muggy, ball was flying. He's given up 1 earned run, 7 of the other 8 starts, and then 2 runs in the other. It's just been incredible consistency and dominant performances from Troy Melton. Pasquantino takes a fastball away.
Yeah, he's been really good. I mean, we saw this coming last year. Obviously, unfortunately, his 2026 got off to a later start, but since he's been back, he's been outstanding.
The 1-0. Middle of the plate with a cutter at 93. It was cruising along at 91, and then he started to get it up to 93, and then it was 93, 94. And he feels like that has helped all of his pitches. The 1-1. Challenged, and Dylan Dingler.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
Is going to win this challenge.
Pitch is a strike. Detroit has 2 challenges remaining.
Him and Pasquantino having a little fun with it, going back and forth. You don't see Dylan Dingler break character often, but he cracked a little smile on that one. Clearly, Pasquantino had something to say about it.
Full balls with inside the strike zone. The 1-2. Cutter down and in. I like that pitch. Pasquantino not comfortable. He's jackknifing out of the way of a cutter heading at his left knee.
Oh, Dan, it can set everything up. You can go fastball in. You can go cutter right back in there. You can go slider below it.
The wind up the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up. What a good pitch. He powered a 4-seam fastball in at 98. Cole Keith goes out into the outfield. Not an easy play looking up into the sun. Just a soft little pop-up. Good running catch by Cole Keith in shallow left. Zach McKinstry playing left field for the first time, I think, here this year. And again, the value of Zach McKinstry, AJ was talking about it today, with some of the flexibility he has now with Gleyber Torres back, and the way Hyu Lee is playing. He can move Zach McKinstry all around, swinging a foul straight back. But that is a very tough position at this time of night. It is his first start in left field this year. I'm just trying, only a handful of starts last year. But you're looking into the setting sun, and you're trying to see what's going on in the shadows. Swing and a miss. fastball up. Is that how you would pitch Salvador Perez, power him?
I would at this point. I'd stay in the top rail. And the second you think he was cheating, throw that splitter at the bottom of the zone. We love Salva. He's had an unbelievable career, but I think we were seeing Father Time finally catch up with him.
The 0-2, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And it was the changeup at the bottom of the strike zone. Below it, Salvador Perez strikes out a 1-2-3 third to the 2-3-4 hitters in the Royals lineup. Troy Melton starting to get into a groove. We've seen this before. We head to the bottom of the third inning. No score. Tigers and Royals. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of them.
This is my 1994 Topps card. This is an action shot. You know, I have no idea what I did this pitch, but it shows me, you know, good form. You know, head down, looking at the path of the ball, swing the bad front leg sort of straight. Yeah, I think that was a good at bat. I'm gonna swear by it. I think I hit a home run this time.
It's the great mascot race. Here we go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. For a win. It's the play at the plate. It's the Pirate Parrot. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Riley Green looking to add on and maybe take a lead. Riley Green, fly ball right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly. Gone. How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the sixth.
Wow, just stayed on that breaking ball. Man, did he hammer that thing. That was 3/4 of the way up those seats out there in right center field.
The official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Tigers bat, bottom of the third, scoreless with the Kansas City Royals. Royals, big improvement the last 2 years. They did something that very few teams have done in history 2 years ago. They improved by 30 wins. And it's because their run prevention was staggeringly better than the year before. They cut their runs allowed by more than 240 runs that season. 1-0. The outside edge called strike. James Outman at the plate. He was at the plate when McKinstry got picked off to end the second.
And Dan, a lot of that run prevention improvement.
The 1-1, swing and a miss, change up away. That's been a tough pitch for James Outman lately.
Yeah, it was due to what was on the mound. They made big strides there, but more importantly, the left side of that defense, Bobby Witt Jr. made huge strides, and Michael Garcia, who could play shortstop for most teams, emerged as a Gold Glove third baseman.
Change up away, both out. Yeah, both out, missed for their bats, but missed for, like you said, for their gloves.
Yeah, don't make any mistake about it. Those guys are dynamic defensively on the left side of that diamond.
The 2-2. Oh, and in. Ooh, very close. James Outman took it with confidence. He's worked the count to 3-2. Dobnik has walked more than he has struck out so far at the major league level. 3-2, ground ball fouled on the first baseline. And the Royals this year, with the injuries to, again, a couple of key starters, but some guys that they brought back have just not been effective. 3-2, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. James Outman couldn't lay off. Breaking ball down and in. Would have been ball 4. Instead, it's a strikeout to start the third inning.
Yeah, it was a sweeper that started on the inner part of the plate from Randy Dobnik and broke well in off of it. It's his sweeper. It's a sweeper in name because of the spin in the pitch profile. It's not a big pitch. It's more like a slider, but it's classified as a sweeper.
Second trip through. We'll see how he fares against his Tigers lineup. McGonigal, Torres due up next. So they've gone from being one of the best run prevention teams 2 years running. Swinging a ground ball on a high chop, deep first. Pasquantino backs up, fields from the outfield grass, throws to Dobnik covering first. McGonigal had the arms out like he was safe at first, but they definitely got him. Pudock goes 3-1. Tigers have their hand up in the dugout, but A.J. Hinch, I'm pretty sure, is going to say play on.
It looked like McGonigal hustling down the line. Dobnik got that right foot on the bag just before. Oh my, that's really close.
Kevin McGonigal wasn't wrong.
It was very close.
He took his time getting that foot down, and he did not.
I'm not convinced that he did.
No. Gleyber Torres strike one on a sweeper away. But this year the Royals, after giving up, I mean, you give up 640 runs 2 years in a row, and they're right in that neighborhood. That's elite level run prevention. This year they're on a pace to give up more than 800 runs, right in the 820 range. And that's been the big reason for their decline. Check swing, field to first. Last Diaz says he did not go. Looked like he did. 2-1 on Gleyber. It's a very hittable team. They give up the most home runs. The 2-1. Dots a sinker. Perfect, low and away. Give up the third most runs, I should say, in the American League. 2-2, ground ball to third. E-high bounce for Rojas. He'll throw it across the diamond to Pasquantino. So another way of saying there's an opportunity here to score some runs this weekend. Tigers have been shut out through 3.
He dives and makes the catch and brings Fenway to its feet, because he always does.
Slides, and he's got it. What a catch by Eli. That saved the day.
In his carry, he makes a sliding catch.
Makes the play. The throw is in time to get the out. On the warning track, he reaches up. A fine running grab by Jorge Barosa.
You get spoiled watching a guy cover ground the way he does. Spectacular catch.
He got it. He hung with the play right at the wall. Harris on his horse, and he makes the catch. Throw to third, tag out. Wow. Back to first. I said I like double plays, Boone.
One of the wildest, wackiest double plays you'll ever see.
Down the third baseline, there's Ortiz. Plants the foot, fires across, picked by Bowers. Emerson able to get to it, pop up, and throw a missile to first base. Diving catch.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
And what do we got? Oh, it's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen.
Gino Hackett on his heels, a little high. It's airmailed into right field.
Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward.
All right, a little trickeration over the field for it. It's worth a shot. Why not?
Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market them, like the Grimace.
Yeah.
Injury report is brought to you every game by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Good to see Javi Baez. Man, that sprained ankle. High ankle sprains are a bear.
They are.
And he is slowly coming back. But he had a rehab assignment game the other day. He's got another one coming up with Lakeland. And then he will come north. And you would think, Bobby, a couple weeks worth of at-bats with Toledo. Fastball low and in, although a veteran with that many years of service, if he's feeling good after a few games, who knows?
He's going to say, hey, I'm good now.
I don't need to be here 2 more weeks.
I'm good.
The wind up the 1-1. Ground ball fouled on the first baseline. So already Troy Melton has started to dial it in. Salvador Perez had a 10-pitch at bat. Drew a walk. That was 4 batters in. The bases were loaded, 1 out. The pitch count was climbing. And now Troy Melton is filling up the strike zone. Unofficially on my scorecard, only 3 at-bats have gone to a 2-strike count since the walk. Slider, swing and a miss. Oh, he's sharpening everything up. As Bobby pointed out, he was hanging some cutters and sliders early. That's a perfect pitch.
Weapons, Stan. Weapons. How do you want it? Slider down, slider for a strike, fastball up. That changeup acts like a splitter. That last one there was a really sharp slider. Started at the bottom of the zone and then just disappeared on Michael Massey.
That brings up Isaac Collins, another left-handed batter. First pitch curveball. Man, that's a heck of a way to start an at-bat. Beauty. Snaps it off, drops it on the outside edge. Lefties, righties, doesn't really matter for Troy Melton. He's tougher on righties. The only reason the lefty numbers are better is because of that Minnesota game where he gave up the 4 solo home runs. Cody Clemens popped one up and it went out to right. Collins takes ball 1. Splitter, the changeup away.
Challenging the strike call.
I think Collins is going to win this one.
I think he is too, and Troy Melton knew it.
The pitch is a ball. Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
Collins taps his helmet, and Troy Melton shakes his head like, "Oh man, don't challenge. You don't want to do that."
Come on, that was a good call. Collins struck out on 3 pitches first time up. Struck out on a slider down the 2-1. Swinging a tap foul. That was a cutter in. Cutter's not as hard as we have seen it in some recent games. It's kind of in that cruising 90-91. We've seen it up to 93. I think we saw 94.
Yeah, that he threw a couple in his last start in Los Angeles that were 93, 94 miles an hour that were just filthy.
And he can throw it to righties to get swing and miss because it breaks away, and he can eat up lefties with it in. 2-2. Tried the slider. This one went down and in. 3-2 on Collins.
And he started throwing it to both arm and glove side, regardless of the hitter.
The 3-2. Missed with a curveball. Not a guy you want to walk. Troy Melton not happy with himself. Man on, a man out. He had 1-1-2-3 inning. That was the third. Now it's a man on, man out. He worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the first inning. Third meeting of the year between the Tigers and the Royals. Rojas batting, another lefty. Swings and fouls the first offering out of play. Rojas has been around for a while. This is his 8th year in the major leagues. We saw him in Arizona early in his career, and he had some good years with Arizona.
Sure did.
Got off for a little bit at the plate, hit for average with some extra base, occasional home run power, and the hit tool has just abandoned him in recent years with Seattle and then Chicago and now Kansas City the last 3 seasons. Low average, low power. Flip over to first to drive Collins back. 6 steals. You want to tempt him to steal because it's 6 steals and he's been caught 5 times.
Yeah, go ahead and run. Please, save some bullets.
I like Dylan Dingler's chances.
Yep.
Troy Melton just pays a little attention to strike 1. Fastball up and away. Average fastball cruising 97 most of the time for Troy Melton. We said in his last start it was 98, 99 out of the gate. For the season, he's a tick over 96. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball left field. Zach McKinstry looking to the sun. Over Ian makes the catch. That is not an easy play at this time of night. That's a good play for a guy making his first start in left field. And AJ talking about it today, just the fact that he's got a bench right now that is a little more flexible. Let's face it, Jahmai Jones didn't play in the outfield or didn't play in the field. So now AJ has a bench where he has bench pieces that can not only pinch hit but also play the field. And it just allows him to do things like give Riley Green a day off and put Zach McKinstry in left. Line drive to left field. That one's deep and foul. Didn't have home run distance, but Nick Lofton just hit a rope into the seats about 20 feet shy of a home run right down the line. It's just strike 1.
Yeah, and Dan, I think there's 2 pieces of that. You dig a little deeper. Number 1, you have Zach McKinstry that can legitimately play a major league caliber shortstop in shorter stints. So he has no problem putting Zach McKinstry there and also bouncing him around literally everywhere else. He's a left-handed hitter. You also have a Matt Vierling who is more than capable of going infield, outfield, playing second base, third base, probably could stand at shortstop if you needed to, but is also able to play a appropriate caliber center field as well. So that's a very flexible bench for Skip A.J. Hinch.
Cutter at the belt to Lofton for a called strike 2.
In the separator there, guys that can, in more in McKinstry's case than Vierling, but can you play shortstop? And then for Vierling, can you play center field? And the answer to both of those is yes. That provides a tremendous amount of flexibility on that Tiger bench.
We certainly saw it on the road trip. Pieces were being moved around the chessboard a lot. 0-2, swing and a miss. Slider bounced away. Nick Lofton could not find that pitch. It was buried in the dirt. Strikeout number 5 for Melton ends the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Tigers and Royals are scoreless in the first of 4. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra 15.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second,
yeah.
Now this is the backstory. Okay, this
Correct.
is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Fourth inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, Michigan's leader in replacement windows. No score. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Instant replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Tigers trying to get this offense going. Randy Dobnak hasn't made long starts for Kansas City, but he's certainly done a great job limiting the damage. As you said, Bobby, he can move that sinker around.
Yeah.
He knows how to get off the barrel. It's not going to wow you when you're a pitch-to-contact guy. But he's given up in his 3 starts for Kansas City. Change up a little bit low. 2 runs in a 4-inning start. No runs in 5 2/3 at the Mets. And then 1 run in 4 1/3 against San Diego. Boy, that San Diego offense is really struggling right now. Keith taps it foul down the first base line, 1-2.
Yeah, they are. And this is, again, we talked about this a little bit yesterday with Cater Montero. Got behind a lot of guys. Dobnak hasn't done that, but what he did is a great job of controlling bat speed and not being able to let them hit the ball hard. Dobnak has done that. Average exit velocity to this point, just 7 miles an hour.
Line drive slicing down the left field line, foul. It's worth repeating the stat that you pulled out. I loved your stat of the day yesterday in our post game. The average exit velocity against Cater Montero was 83. That is really low. That's about as low as you're going to see.
It really is.
The average miles per hour off the bat, league average is, 88, 89 most years.
Right at 89, yeah.
And it's just phenomenal to watch him. Gives up the home run, sharp single, and then no hard contact.
he was masterful at getting those guys off balance with power stuff. No disrespect to Randy Dobnak, but he does it a different way. It's just not as powers. It's just not as dynamic. Cater Montero has dynamic swing and miss stuff, and if it's not swing and miss that day, he can get you off balance too.
The 1-2 to Colt Keith, line drive, base hit. No, diving back in and stopped by Massey. Pops up, throws, got him, fine play. Man, that's a one-hop single into center until it wasn't. Massey laid out with a backhanded grab.
That ball was absolutely scorched towards center field. I was going to say into center field, but it didn't get there because Massey, full layout. Here's the best part about this. It's to bounce up to your feet and get something on the throw. That's the hardest part about that play. And a great stretch by Vinny Pasquantino over there at first base. That's old school right there. The splits at first from the Pasquatch.
He just did the splits. Wow. That's some flexibility there for Vinny Pasquantino.
That's an IL trip for most guys, Dan.
Could you do that?
Nope.
Change up away.
Nope.
Green at the plate. Quickly 2-0 on Riley. But you're right. The second half of that equation, the ability to pop up and get something on the throw. You'll see guys bounce it. They just made the great play. The adrenaline's flowing through their veins, and they bounce it or airmail it.
I got to give you another one. One of my favorites, Tony Franklin, my infield coach. I talk about him a lot.
3-0 fastball for a strike. 3-1 on Riley Green.
He used to tell guys, Scalesy, that was $1 million play and a 10-cent throw, son. If you're gonna do that,
right?
If you're going to do that, just hang on to it.
Riley swings at a 3-1 sweeper and pops it up to left center. Thomas will give way to Collins, who makes the catch. So you look at the contact for Tiger hitters. Riley lined a single to right, Torres a little flare single to right. That was in the first inning. Tigers had runners at the corners, did not score. McKinstry, kind of just a little humpback liner, but fell in for a single in the second. But if the ball's put in play, Bobby, it's a lot of soft ground balls. That was a very routine fly ball. Dingler at the plate. Sinker in the dirt, 1-0.
Yeah, I've only got 4 blue dots on my unofficial eyeball test hard hit chart.
You got 4?
3, I'm sorry. You got 3. With Colt Keith.
Oh, that's right. Got to make that little... That was not a routine ground ball out. Sinker up and in. 2-0 on Dylan Dingler. Got to put my little star down there.
Yep.
With my little HH.
Hard hit?
Hard hit.
We need to do a video on the scoring systems.
2-2. I like stealing.
Oh, yeah?
You get too many colors. Dingler takes a pitch in.
Well, that's because I've updated to using the technology in my favor, Dan.
It just looks so...
It looks wonderful. This is beautiful.
3-0. Sinker off the plate. He missed with 4 straight. So again, high pitch counts for Randy Dobnak have shortened a couple of his starts. His 4 1/3 innings against the Padres was a 96 pitch outing because he walked 4 and struck out 3 in that game. So far, his pitch count is quite reasonable here with 2 outs in the 4th. He's at 54. He's channeling that start that he made in his first year in the major leagues in 2019. First pitch, sinker, strike. Kerry Carpenter at the plate. I will just say it again. We'll say it until need to get this back going.
Yep.
But I will say, Bobby, 2 good swings yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Line drive single, line drive out. And you like the direction. Sweeper away because that line drive out was smashed about 300 feet. Right 2 happened left, but that was a good swing.
You can't if you cannot hit that ball if you're not in sync and you're not on time. You can't hit it that hard the other way unless you do all your things right. It's a good sign for Kerry Carpenter.
The 0-2 swinging a foul out of play.
That said, if he wanted to pull a 96 hopper through the right side right now for a base hit, I'm sure he'd take it, and I would too.
Trying to find that home run stroke. It's just been a tough month of July after a strong finish to the very productive month of June. 1 for 4 yesterday with the 2 good swings, and right now it's just kind of that's what you're kind of keeping track of because the previous 3 for 39 had featured almost no hard contact. 2 hard hit balls yesterday. 1 fell for a single, the other a line out. The 0-2 swing and a foul went down. That changeup is a real weapon for Randy Dobnak. You would think he'd stay with that. He kind of hung one to Riley Green for the single. We also know that Kerry Carpenter can go down and get that pitch.
Yes, he can.
Put it in the seats and right. Good turnout here at Comerica Park. Love to see you out here for the weekend. We're celebrating 125 years of Tigers baseball. The 0-2. Fastball up and away. Not many long at-bats against Dobnik. Tigers been kind of charging him early in at-bats. Keith had a 6-pitch at-bat in the first. And then a 5-pitch at-bat, got robbed of the hit. This will be at least a 6-pitch battle. The 1-2. Ground ball and a high hop to first. Pasquantino fields it off to the glove side. His right, over to the bag, steps on it, heads into the Royals dugout on the first base side. We played 4 and we're scoreless. Tigers and Royals.
Speaking of upper body commando, no shame in their game.
Oh, hit the bat, and then the bat hit the helmet. It's a trick shot.
The big kitty's here.
Well, the therapy rabbit, you mean?
Oh, error on Andy Rodriguez, the Pirates' first baseman, who's fairly camped underneath it.
It's pretty cold down here, and I needed a hat. I didn't have one, so Mr. Met lent me his.
Oh, nobody caught it. Boy, all sorts of communication issues between Rojas and Sosa.
Jackson Merrill leading it off. 3 for 10 in the series. Fly ball, center field, struck well. Harris looking up. It is back. It is gone. Jackson Merrill into the water. Padres tie it up 1-1. Merrill connects on his 14th home run of the year.
That ball's crushed. Let's go back to the pitch. Four-seamer. Got extended. Straight away.
Slug has been there. We talked about it off the top. All of a sudden, the Power Stars are powering up.
That was nice.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville. It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet. So it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on. So I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Scoreboard at the top of the 5th inning. Tigers and Kansas City Royals, 3rd meeting of the year. Tigers swept the Royals here in April. Royals took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers in May. That's when the Tigers' swoon was just beginning. The Royals' swoon, I mean, it almost matched the Tigers exactly the rest of the month. First pitch cutter at the bottom rail, strike 1. Andrew Velasquez shortened up to bunt. Took a pitch for a called strike. Keith at third will come in on the infield grass, guarding against the bunt. Velasquez does not show bunt, swings and fouls it back to the screen. The Royals took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. They were 2 games under the 500 mark before the Tigers took the finale. They lost 16 of their last 19. The Tigers, as we know, lost 21 of their last 25. These teams mirrored each other in the month of May. Royals were 15 games below 500 at the end of the month. The Tigers were 16. And the calendar flipped for the Tigers in June. That's when the turnaround began. For the Royals, they just have never been able to snap out of their funk. Slider in the dirt. The Tigers' resurgence certainly has been led by an offense. It's been averaging about 5 runs a game since the beginning of June and home run power. But really, Bobby, it's all led by the pitching.
It absolutely has been. They've been outstanding.
The Royals have just never been able to get that pitching all lined up. Ground ball softly diving, stopped, smothered by Keith, pops up, throws, nice play.
Good play, Colt Keith.
He was in tight. That was headed up the middle. I think McGonigal would have gotten it, but he might not have gotten a fast runner, and Colt Keith cut it off and made a fine play.
Yeah, where Colt Keith was playing and when McGonigal was playing, if that ball gets past him, even if McGonigal gloves it, he's not going to be able to throw him out. That's just a glove save, gather, and fire it over to first base. That's a really nice recovery from Colt Keith at third base. He's done a nice job. A lot of confidence right now in the way he's playing third.
Crew ball down and in, and it's reflected in the not just the average ball, but the slightly above average play that challenges a little bit, and he's become very smooth and reliable on those. And then it's the above average play like we just saw. And that can be both a hot shot and that can be both a soft ground ball that he, in that case, made the diving stop, knocked down, no panic. His arm is better this year too. 1-1 up and away to Carter Jensen, 2-1.
It definitely is. There's just much more zip on the throws. You're seeing him throw from different arm angles that you didn't see him throw from a year ago. He's made big improvements defensively.
Melton working third base side to wind up the 2-1. Perfect. Cutter. Backdoor 2-2.
And Dan, that's a reminder. I mean, people have to realize and remember, you get better once you get here. It doesn't, your development and your ability to improve what you're doing doesn't just stop when you get to the big leagues.
2-2. Fly ball, right field, deep. Carpenter back, turn one way or the other, and that ball's off the wall. Did not go out. Ooh, that was close. He'll get the ball into Gleyber Torres. And Carter Jensen has a one-out double here in the fifth inning. Just missed hitting a home run. I thought he was going to carry the short wall in front of the big older wall.
Yeah, he's thrown some good sliders since hanging a few early. This was not one of them. This is a slider middle of the plate. Carter Jensen sees it, puts a good swing on there. He thought he got it. Hits right off the top of the wall, just under the yellow line in right field.
6 lefty bats in this lineup for the Royals tonight with their 2 switch hitters. Righty Lane Thomas at the plate, swings and misses at a very good slider, low and away. Strikeout update brought to you by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tiger. Troy Melton with 5 strikeouts. We're in the 5th inning. Most have been on swinging third strikes to strike one. Swinging a pop-up. Softly into right field, Gleyber Torres out. He'll make the catch right off that left shoulder. Moving into shallow right field, Lane Thomas with the absences of especially Witt and Garcia is one of the most steadier bats in the Royals lineup. What they really need is for this guy to heat up, Vinny Pasquantino. He did for a minute, and he had a hamate bone injury that put him on the injured list. He has just come off the injured list. First pitch cutter on the back door for a called strike. Pretty quick recovery.
Yeah.
A month after hamate bone, that's usually, seems like it's always at least 6 weeks.
Yep.
5 for 20 since his return. The strike one. Swinging a pop-up right down below us. Pasquantino falls behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Went down, got an off-speed pitch, lined a single into left his first time up, and then popped out to shallow left field. Good catch by Colt Keith going into the outfield grass, looking into the sun. Sun now just in left center. Shouldn't be a problem unless you have to run into that particular part of the field. The 0-2. Fastball sizzles up and away at 97.
Yeah, I like that right there. Stay firm with him. They went cutter in, tied him up a little bit. He fouled it straight back, but he tied him up a little bit. Little jam there. He wanted that up and above the zone, missed it arm side. You may do it again, or you go back to that cutter.
The 1-2. Check swing. Did not go on the appeal to third. Ryan O'Nora says nope. Does a really good job of holding up. Pasquantino overall hitting .227. The numbers are driven down by just awful production against lefties. This is a solid hitter against righties. Hit .250 with a little bit of power. It's just the power numbers are way off. The 2-2. Bounced the changeup at 91. 2 outs, a man on second. We're scoreless in the 5th inning. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Pitch count, Troy Melton at 81. Needs to get a quick out here. He'll be back out for the 6th inning. Places that left foot in front of the right when he sets glove above the belt. 3-2. Bounce the curveball, and for the 2nd straight game, he has walked 4 batters. Very unusual. Once he dials it in, Bobby, you don't see the walks. He started to dial it in the 2nd inning, and we've seen 2 walks.
Yeah, he got ahead real quick, cutter to Pasquantino. Then threw the 4-seam fastball, non-competitive miss, and then elected to go 3 straight off-speed pitches. Slider, changeup, curveball, and missed with all of them.
Dylan Dingler, that slow, measured walk out to the mound. He gets 4 mound visits, and with his pace, he can make 1 kind of turn into 2.
He gets his money's worth, doesn't he?
Slow walk. He wants to give his guy a second. Let's check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio scoreboard. Brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. I don't know if we can get through all these scores today. There are 4 other games today.
I was going to say, yeah.
4, that's it. Minnesota and Cleveland played 12. Minnesota tied the game at 1 in the 8th. Neither team scored in the 9th, the 10th, or the 11th. And then Trevor Larnach and Luke Keeschel, each with a couple of 2-out RBI singles in the 12th. Ground ball to third. Colt Keith fields and flips to Torkelson at first. Nice job. Good mound visit by Dylan Dingler. Salvador Perez grounds out to end the 5th inning. And once again, Troy Melton works out of a jam.
And a call, strike 3. Change up right down the chute.
Watch his bite on this ball. Whee! Right at the bottom of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
Well, that changeup rears its ugly head again, this time to Haggerty, and see how far out in front he was of that one.
Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Sanchez. He's mixed it in all his pitches. And he picks up another K.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a big swing and miss. He's got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA, backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's going to go.
Home run, Caminero.
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those 3 have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Crafted for the ultimate balance and good times.
Spencer Torkelson leads off for the Tigers. We're in the 5th inning. No score. Tigers and Royals. Hey, credit to Randy Dobbs.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, but this feels like an opportunity right now. The Tigers need to get something going right now. You keep letting a guy like this roll, it can get ugly for you late.
Again, he's gone the longest start since, again, just 3 major league starts this year. It's been 5 2/3. But his pitch count's at 60 through 4. He could pitch into the 7th the way he's going. Sweeper, swing and a miss. Torque is not able to lay off that pitch from Randy Dobnik. He took one that was off the plate for strike 2 his last at-bat, his first at-bat. And then Randy Dobnik went right back out there, and you would think he's going to just stay out there. The 0-2, swing back fastball, called 3rd strike. That's a perfect pairing of those 2 pitches.
You knew that was coming. The second he stayed out there, sweeper, he's going to take a couple cracks at throwing that comeback sinker off the plate and let it sink back over. Torque's eyes were out there. They're set out there. He sees another pitch out there. He'd probably check off, and that's exactly what he did. And as soon as he checks off, the thing runs back over the outer edge.
Tigers put a couple of men on with 2 outs in the first inning, did not score. McKinstry singled his first time up, but he was picked off to end the second. Takes a first pitch strike from Dobnik to strike 1 in the dirt off the glove of Jensen. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network. Fifth inning today brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Change up, pulled down and in. It's not a pitch that fades away from lefties. Mostly it's been down or down and in.
Yeah.
You got a swing and miss. Tremendous movement. The 1-2. Line drive, base hit, a couple of skips through the infield on the right side. Second time, Zach McKinstry singled in a 2-strike count. One on, one out.
Just a nice job by Zach McKinstry right there. That was a sinker that started in, ran back over the inside part of the plate. He stayed with it. It got in on him just a little bit, but he hit it hard enough to get it past Mike Massey at second base.
James Outman saw a steady diet of off-speed his first time up. At-bat started with a sweeper, ended with a sweeper and a strikeout. First pitch changeup grabs the outside edge for a called strike one. No runs, 3 hits for Kansas City. No runs, 4 hits for the Tigers. Glad to have you along. First of 4, Tigers and Royals, sort of a 7-game homestand. Strike one, swing and a miss. Changeup down.
Double up on that changeup from Dobnik. He's got good stuff tonight. He's got better command.
Yes, he does.
Does not have explosive, dynamic stuff, but boy, he knows how to pitch. He's doing a really nice job.
Getting a ton of balls on the ground. 3 ground ball outs in the first inning. 2 more in the third. 2 more last inning. To strike 2. Ground ball to first. Past Quintino to Velasquez, back to first, and he threw it away. Outman runs well. Even if he didn't throw it away, I think Outman had already beaten the throw. Man, he got down that line in a hurry.
Yeah, he does.
Simple 3-6 put out, forces McKinstry at second, Outman at first with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's one of those. Velasquez is fortunate that ball didn't end up in that first base Kansas City dugout. That's one of those where you just hang on to it, especially the way Outman runs.
Yep. Dobnik, throughout his career, has done a very good job stopping the running game. This is his 43rd appearance in the major leagues, 159 innings with this inning. He's only allowed 10 steals in that time. McGonigal takes a pitch away. Short, cautious lead for Outman at first. Good secondary lead for him. Sinker low and outside, 2-0.
And for me, this is an opportunity for Outman. Listen, you're right. Everything you're saying about Randy Dobnik doesn't allow a lot of stolen bases, but this year you take a chance. You get shot right here. You got your best hitter in Kevin McGonigal up to start the next inning. If you're successful, he's on second base.
Jensen behind the plate has a good arm. Sweeper for a strike to make it 2-1 on the back door. McGonigal's grounded out twice today. He's only seen 4 pitches in his first 2 at-bats. Not a lot of information gathering for that onboard computer, the 2-1. Perfect pitch. That sinker that swings back to a lefty is a thing of beauty. That's just perfect pitching.
It's really good, especially for Randy Dobnik, when he can throw that sinker to both sides of the plate. Arm side started on, run it off. Glove side started off, run it on.
Outman edges off of first, the 2-2. Ground ball softly fouled on the first base line. Kevin McGonigal has not been able to figure out his offerings just yet. I think he's mixing his pitches really well.
Very well. I mean, all of them.
Leaning heavily on 3 pitches, a flip over to first to drive Outman back. Change up, sinker, sweeper. Just the occasional four-seam fastball and slider, but those 3 pitches are not coming in any particular order. Outman takes off, 2-2 low, throw down to second base. They got him. Perfect throw. Velasquez right in front of the base, caught it, and the throw took his glove right into the leg of James Outman, who was sliding in.
You live with that. You live with that opportunity right there.
Tigers are going to challenge, so let's not go to break. It was bang, bang at the base. The throw, perfect. Wow. First looked like... Wow.
Detroit is challenging the out call of second base.
Oh, wow. Did he? He might have got that right foot. James Outman slides on his left knee. That right foot, that extended leg might have gotten around the extended glove of Velasquez just before he tags James Outman. That's an unbelievable slide by James Outman. He's safe. He's safe.
He did not touch him until his foot is on the base.
He's
That's
safe.
what the crowd is reacting to.
That's a fantastic slide.
My concern is that New York is going to say, well, we can't tell as there's... No, you can tell. I agree with you 100%. I am not at all convinced that New York will see it the same way.
Anecdotally, that is the biggest glove I have ever seen a Major League shortstop use. Andrew Velasquez has a Highlight Cessna on at shortstop.
All right, there, we just got to look from left field. That is absolutely clear.
He's safe.
He is safe. This has to be overturned. Instant replay brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. They're showing one from the first base side, but we just saw one from left field looking in. A perfect shot that showed space. Here we go.
After review, the call stands. The run is out. Detroit loses challenge.
That's a joke.
I quit.
That's a joke.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. When you can see clear space between the glove and the leg before contact and the foot's on the base, inexcusable to not make the overturn. We head to the sixth inning scoreless on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
We know what you love. You love baseball. You love the Detroit Tigers. You love spending a day at Comerica Park. We also know what you don't love. Standing in line.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hey, it's a Lourdes Gurriel dog. That's a nice touch. Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan. What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
And after just shot putting it, not blocking, there's nobody on base.
There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Michael Massey leads on for the Kansas City Royals in the sixth inning. The Tigers should still be batting right about now.
Oh, man.
It's a big worry. I mean, the Royals are wondering why the Tigers didn't challenge our friends in the broadcast booth earlier on the play at first. I'm like, it's just sometimes you just know replay officials are not going to overturn it. But that one was so obvious. Massey, ground ball single into right field to start the sixth inning. Such a clear look from left field. Ball caught by Velasquez. Foot hits the base. Glove hits the leg. Quite clear. Tyler Holton getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. The pitch count at 84 for Troy Melton. Starting the sixth inning, there have been base runners in every inning except the third. Isaac Collins swings at a backdoor cutter and fouls it out of play. No score, sixth inning. The sixth inning brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go and experience the Demmer difference. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Toronto beat Tampa, salvaged one out of that series. The strike one. Beauty of a changeup at the knees. You'll see it on the scoreboard as splitter. You'll see it watching as a splitter. He said, I don't know why they call it that. It is a changeup. Troy Melton says it's a changeup. We'll call it a changeup. The 0-2. Cutter above the belt. Collins walked his last time up.
Downs in the ball call.
No, that was...
The pitch is a ball. Detroit has 1 challenge remaining.
That's about as big a miss as we will see. Challenged by Dylan Dingler. He remains the best at challenging and winning. The 1-2. Swing and a tap foul. He's swatting at a cutter that was going to eat him up inside.
That's just get off me swing.
Yeah. So Tampa Bay, go ahead, John.
That's one of those swings where you take the swing and then instantly, the second it's done, you're like, okay, I really didn't do that. We're going to act like that didn't happen.
You still have life at the plate. That's all that matters. The 1-2. Fly ball, right field. That one's deep. That one is way back, and that ball is gone. A home run. Isaac Collins with just his 6th of the year. 2-run shot to start the 6th inning. And the Royals take a 2-0 lead.
And we continue to talk about that slider. He's started out hanging a few of them. The cutter as well, up in the zone a little bit. Figured it out in the middle innings, and then that last slider right there was just a hanging slider inside, and Isaac Collins smashes that ball over the right field fence.
That'll be the end of the night for Troy Melton. 2 batters into the 6th inning. Tigers go to their bullpen. Tyler Holton coming on, and while the Tigers make the change, we'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Some people might give you one pizza for $9.99. Little Caesars gives you more because more is better. It's Little Caesars More for $9.99 menu. Get 2 of your faves for only $9.99. The More for $9.99 menu for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
Online only.
They've got a man picked off. Chavez hits his top of his hat. Now they get Napoli at third base. How about that? It hit the top of the helmet of Chavez and bounced directly at an Angels infielder. A huge out here in the 7th inning.
Oh, they dodged a huge bullet there.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
These Michigan Ford dealers. Tyler Holton into the game. Tigers down 2-0. A surprise home run from Collins has given the Royals a 2-0 lead. Holton being brought in to face a lefty, Josh Rojas, and Nick Lofton and the switch hitter Andrew Velazquez. First pitch to the lefty, Rojas. Fastball at the bottom rail for a called strike. Popped out of the glove of Dylan Dingler, but he still got the called strike. 43rd appearance of the year for Tyler Holton.
Yeah, we saw Tyler. First game of that Cubs series, he threw an inning, gave up 2 hits, a run, didn't walk anybody, didn't strike out any Cubs.
The strike 1. Good sweeper, left on left. Big swing and miss.
And that's what Tyler does to left-handed hitters. It's that sinker and that sweeper, almost exclusively that combination. Right-handed hitters will get that cutter, change up, and the four-seamer.
Closed out the game the other night, that extra inning thriller. Sweeper away. 1-2 on Rojas. Double and a line out to left field. 2-0 Royals are in the 6th inning. Rojas hitting .244 in his limited at bats. The 1-2, low and away. Bolton has not shut down lefties like we know he can. They've hit 290 against him this year with a little bit of power. Swinging a pop up here into shallow left center. 3 converging. McKinstry will call off Outman and McGonigal and make the catch for the first out here in the 6th inning. The final line for Troy Melton in this game is brought to you by Figer Law. Troy goes 5 innings plus 2 batters, gives up 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The 4 walks kind of a reflection of the fact that he obviously was not locating several of his pitches, but also a reflection that he continued to hang the breaking ball throughout the game.
And he got
cutter and slider.
Yeah, he got some balls hit hard that got caught that were hanging breaking balls. He threw a couple very good ones, both to his glove side into left-handers and down with the slider below the zone. He got a strikeout or 2 on that pitch, but for the most part, he did not have the kind of command on that pitch, and it hurt him on the last pitch he threw of the game.
Lofton tried to bunt his way on, bunted it foul. Andrew Velasquez waiting on deck. Lofton is a right-handed batter. 0 for 2 today against Troy Melton. The strike 1. Change up away, likes to go cutter, change up away, change up 4-seam fastball away. This is a righty, hits righties and lefties about the same, a little better against lefties, the 1-1. Cutter down, it just hasn't been that consistent season. It's been kind of a battle for Tyler Holton throughout the year. Just been more hittable than we're used to seeing, with 49 hits allowed in its 44 innings of work. Lofton has a good hitter's count, 2-1, line drive, base hit into center. That was a center cut cutter. Sharp singled into center field.
Yes. Tyler was trying to get that ball in. Likes to throw that cutter into right-handers. Wasn't able to get it there. Stayed up over the middle, good part of the plate. It found its way into center field for a knock.
Brings up Andrew Velasquez. First pitch, cutter on the back door. He was let go earlier in the season and then signed by Kansas City. Spent the first part of the year with Arizona at AAA. Swing and a miss, fastball up. Just 3 at-bats. It looks like he's going to get some playing time at shortstop. Lots of time in the major leagues. Parts of 7 seasons, but only 280 games. He has been well-traveled in recent years. Ground ball softly to third. Cole Keith waits for the knee-high bounce, fields and flips, pulled Torkelson off the bag. But he tags Velasquez in front of the bag for the second out. Nick Lofton goes down to second base. 2 outs, lineup turns over for Carter Jensen.
Nice job by Torque there, staying with it. Throw took him up the line towards home plate, came off, caught the baseball. Velasquez wasn't there yet. He just tagged him and rode out the throw.
Carter Jensen just turned 23 years old. Always impressive to see a player in his first year. He began to get a handful of at-bats last year. A lefty who hits lefties a little bit better than righties. Lefties higher average, righties more power. Cutter low and away. Jensen with a walk and a double in this game. Just missed hitting a home run his last time up. Banged it off the 7-foot wall in right center where the wall angles out. Half cut on a fastball up. Jacob Waguespack getting loose for the Tigers in their bullpen.
Action in the Royal bullpen as well. Matt Stram, left-hander, out there getting hot for the Royals.
Only 2 lefties that the Royals have in their bullpen. The 1-1. Challenge on a fastball.
Down to the ball call.
He's going to win this one. I love that Dylan Dingler never loses faith.
Right.
He may miss.
This is a strike.
And
How often? Again, on a 1-1 count, Bobby.
It's huge. I mean, obviously, we know that the difference in 1-1, 2-1, as far as OPS goes, really all the metrics, though. He usually holds his challenges to then.
1-2, Cutter fouled out of play. Lofton's at second base. 2 outs, 6th inning. That's a big runner to Strand. Lofton, one of the faster runners on this Royals team. Outfield normal depth. They shift to the left a little bit on Carter Jensen, the lefty. Upright, relaxed stance, knees slightly flexed. He's down into his stance when the pitch is delivered into his legs. Hits a ground ball softly to first to Torkelson. Across the bag with his left foot and head into that Tigers dugout on the third base side.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. He's out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please? Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Fox 2 is just the best. I watch before I go to bed.
You definitely hit the local angle very good. When I watch Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story.
They're working for you.
Pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Tigers down 2-0, bottom of the 6th inning. Kansas City bullpen is one of the weakest in the American League, one of the most hittable in the American League. They've got 2 lefties. Matt Strom has had a really solid career. Last several years for Philadelphia have been very good. He is having a terrible year this year. Swinging a pop-up to center field off the bat of Kevin McGonigal. Thomas back, then in, makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out. 38th appearance, an ERA over 7 in 33 innings of work.
Yeah, Matt Stram out of that bullpen. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, slider, changeup, cutter. Right-handers are going to get the 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup. Left-handers are going to get the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer, and the slider. Low 3/4 arm angle.
He's done an okay job against lefties. He's shut down righties in the past. Righties are absolutely crushing him this year. Gleyber Torres, a righty at the plate. First pitch slider up and in. Right-handed batters have put together 85 at-bats against this lefty. And they have 9 home runs in those 85 at-bats. The 1-0, swinging a foul. Fastball rides in on the hands. Righties have hit both the 4-seam fastball and the slider out 4 times each.
Strom, extreme third base side of the rubber. The lefty delivers a 1-1. Swing and a foul. Kind of falls off the mound, throws himself at the batter. Arms and legs coming at you.
Hair flying everywhere. It's like Samson out there. It's good hair. I mean, I'm all up the challenge, so anybody who has it, I'm envious of.
The 1-2. Tying away with a changeup. Doesn't want it there. Tigers down 2-0, trying to start something with a 6. They put really no pressure. Andy Dobnik did a very good job in this game.
He sure did.
The 2-2. Up and away. Strom always reliably got a lot of swing and miss for Philadelphia. Strikeout rate at 10 or 11 each of the last 4 seasons with low walk rates. The walks are up and the strikeouts are down sharply this year, so more contact. And again, 10 total home runs in his 33 innings of work. Yu Lee waiting on deck. Big home run yesterday. 3-2, low and in. Field to first. Oh. As Diaz rings up Gleyber Torres. Gleyber with a wave of the hand toward Laz Diaz as he walks back to the Tigers dugout. Side view. I always get fooled on this. Let's see. Yeah? It went too far.
Yep.
It's so amazing how it tricks the eye. I thought he held up. But they always get it right. They really do.
More often than not, they do.
You're not going to go with always.
Never. I'm a hitter, Dan. We never go. That's what it is. They get it wrong.
Fastball high and away. Fastball's 90-91 for this lefty. We were talking earlier, Bobby, about just continuing to coach young players. And AJ was talking about that today. He was asked about Yu Lee, and he said whether it's Kevin McGonigal or Yu Lee, who's now putting together a string of really good at-bats. He said over 300 with power, his last 80 at-bats. He said, I really like his defense and the way he's moving right now, but he said, you always remember with young players, you continue to coach. Swing and a miss on a fastball up, and I like how he put it, continue to open their eyes to new things.
Yeah, and let them know. And, you know, it's one of those situations where when they get here, they're overwhelmed by a lot. You don't want to put too much on their plate, so you have to continue to feed them little things here and there.
2-1, slider low, good hitters count, 3-1. Lee pinch hitting for Colt Keith here in the 6th.
And it's a fine line to walk. You don't want to destroy their confidence when they get here because they've earned the opportunity to be here, but there's also things you need to do to become a full-time, reliable Major League player.
3-1, perfect pitch, fastball at the knees at 89. 3-2. Upright stance, holds the bat upright. Arms extended away from the right shoulder. 3-2, big miss. Fastball up and away, brings Jensen out of his crouch to grab it. That means a potential tying run, steps to the plate. Again, lefties, you're not really going to fear Matt Strom. He hasn't really shut them down the last couple of years. What they don't do is hit with power like righties do. Riley Green, much improved against lefties. And this is one of the rare pitchers that you will see who moves from one side of the rubber to the other. First pitch to Riley. Slider at the belt. You kind of wonder why we don't see it more often, but he just went extreme third base side against a righty to extreme first base side against a lefty. The strike one. High and tight. Sinker backs Riley away 1-1.
And Dan, it's all about angles, especially with the left-hander. He's way over on that left-hand side. Strom is about 6'2", 6'3", low three-quarter arm slot. Crossfire a little bit too, so it's kind of throwing from behind Riley.
Swing and a foul. Slider up a little bit, but Riley fouled it off 1-2. You just feel like you're crowded there if you're the lefty or the righty, right?
It's just a different look, especially for the lefties. For the righties, not so much because he's throwing from the left side clearly, but for the left-handed hitters, this is a difficult at bat.
Short, cautious lead for Lee at first. The 1-2, swinging a high fly ball center field deep. Going back, Thomas out of the warning track. He will make the catch right where the left field wall meets the center field wall. Superb job. Riley hit it hard. Thomas turned, ran to a spot, picked it up, made a nice running catch. We played 6. Royals have a 2.
Hear ye, hear ye. Gather around for some of the week's wildest plays.
It's only going to hurt for a second, Brandon.
And it drops between 4 twins.
I shall not drop the ball. Well, don't believe that.
Just clanked off his glove. Whoa, was that an ephus? He didn't even see it. It almost clipped him.
A fantastic finish.
Car slipped and then took this ball off the top of the helmet.
Some just don't know how to catch them.
The throw drills him right in the back, though.
Others don't know where to catch them.
Often met right cheek.
And feast your eyes on these fantastic fielders.
Oh, my goodness, what a diving catch.
And leaping lizards. Great plays in the outfield.
What a grab by Tristan Peters.
He made the catch. Oh, what a play.
You can't get much higher than this.
Krauser takes away another. Crowder makes the catch. Oh, my, what a play by Tyro Taylor.
How about that?
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Seventh inning is brought to you by Snethcam, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Tyler Holton still on the mound. Snethcamp Automotive family celebrating 100 years, 4 great Michigan locations. Holton got 3 outs after Troy Melton gave up a single and a home run to start the 6th inning. 3 pretty routine outs with a single in between outs 1 and 2. Josh Rojas takes strike 1. 2-0 Royals in the 7th. Curveball bounces up to home plate. Hardest working player. Brought to you every game by Carhartt, proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball. All the hard-working people who make it possible. The 1-1, ground ball softly up the middle. Gleyber Torres waits for the knee-high bounce to the right, a second through to throw to first, and he almost miscalculated there. Josh Rojas almost beat that throw to first. He got him by just inches. He's like, whoop. Maybe you should have charged that one.
Well, yeah. Might have wanted to come get it just a little bit sooner. Lane Thomas busting down that line. Gleyber Torres' internal clock. It's perfect once again.
Vinny Pasquantino takes a perfect sinker. Down and away. Strike 1. Schreiber, the ex-Tiger, now a Royal. He's been a steady force in their bullpen for a while. Gets up and gets loose. Cutter just misses away. 1-1 on Pasquantino, a single and a walk. Traffic in every inning for the Royals except for the 3rd. Troy Melton's only 1-2-3 inning. The 1-1. Sweeper away. This again, a very pitchable Kansas City lineup. Missing a couple of Tiger killers in Bobby Witt Jr. and Michael Garcia. 2-1. Called strike. Generous call perhaps. A little bit low. 2-2. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield shifts to the left just a little bit. Pasquantino certainly uses all fields. The 2-2. Swing and a foul. Sinker middle. And he missed an opportunity.
Sure did.
They missed the power in this bat.
It's interesting.
32 last year.
Yeah, that hamate bone is tough, Dan. I mean, to come back from. Guys usually come back and can hit, but that power maybe is a year away.
Fly ball center field. Just serves it out to James Outman. 3 steps to his left, makes the catch for the 2nd out. But that was in mid-May.
Yeah.
Or mid-June, I mean. And He wasn't hitting with power then. He hasn't hit with power since.
True.
A.J. Hinch on his way to the mound. Tigers go to their bullpen. Nice job by Tyler Holton. He gets 5 outs from the 6th into the 7th. Tigers go to their bullpen down 2-0 in the first of 4 with the Royals. Bases empty, 2 outs. While they make the change, we'll pause to these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Life is beautiful and fragile.
To be on a card is really humbling, but also to be able to create cards. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this opportunity would come to me. But I always say, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I was ready for this moment to be able to create these cards to the best of my abilities and to do this project justice. And so I'm super proud to be creating cards. You know, you asked me when I was playing in 2017 or 18 if that was going to be a thing. Couldn't have imagined.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Year-old right-hander from Prairieville, Louisiana, Jacob Waguespack takes over on the mound for the Tigers, making his 12th appearance of the year. So far through 14 innings of work, a lot to like. Salvador Perez takes the first pitch cutter high and away, ball 1.
Yeah, Waguespack out there, forcing fastball, cutter, changeup. There's a curveball he'll mix in occasionally. Extreme over-the-top arm angle from the 6'6" right-hander.
Works from the stretch first base side. Cutter, the inside corner, gets a called strike. 14 innings of work. He's given up just 2 runs on 8 hits, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. Opponents have hit 150 with no power. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. That's where he lives with that 4-seam fastball at 92-93.
Yeah, 92-93, really good extension. Talked about it, he's 6'6", gets way out there, 7'1" extension. Makes it feel like he's just putting the ball in the glove.
The 1-2, swing and a pop-up. Shallow right field, Kerry Carpenter comes in, arms out, and he will make the catch. For the 3rd out in the 7th inning, Waguespack gets the dangerous Salvador Perez, having an off year, but always dangerous. And the Tigers.
Delivery and a comebacker. There's the good athleticism. He throws the glove to first for the out. The ball is stuck in his glove. What an intelligent play by El Duque.
That reminds me of Terry Mulholland 12 years ago against the New York Mets.
And it's a good reminder for all you youngsters out there. If you're going to catch a glove with a ball wedged into it, use 2 hands like Tino Martinez did.
This time can't get it, and neither could the fan. Oh, just when you don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance. But it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked in. That hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't. Took the wrong direction. He just didn't know which way to go.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
customer like an MVP. Varsity Ford is driven by family and built on tradition. No matter if it's the first inning or the bottom of the ninth, Varsity Ford is here to the last pitch. I'm Joe Stanford, making deals today, every day, and best of all on Saturdays too. Only at Varsity Ford.
With ER Online Check-In at McLaren, the waiting room can be your living room. View wait times and reserve your spot at mclaren.org/ER.
Today's game brought to you in part by Corewell Health, reminding you together we can overcome any obstacle, fight any battle. Dylan Dingler leads off for the Tigers, the ex-Tiger. It's been a minute. He was last of the Tigers in 2020. The downriver native John Schreiber takes over on the mound for Kansas City. Native of Wyandotte High School in Gibraltar. Carlson High School. Dylan Dingler takes first pitch inside, ball one.
Yeah, Schreiber last pitched against the Giants on the 21st. Clean inning, walked one batter.
The 1-0. Swing a little flare in the right. That will drop for a base hit. Dylan Dingler pulled the hands in as he does so well. Took a sinker in and flared it into right. A leadoff single here in the 7th inning. First time today the Tigers have had their leadoff man on.
That's a good swing from Dylan Dingler. Got a two-seamer from John Schreiber. Sidearm pitcher. Got in there a little bit, but he fought him off. Strongman hit. He's on with a leadoff single in the 7th.
It's a big right-left split this year. Sweeper away to Kerry Carpenter. Ball one. It's always been a pretty big right-left split. But this year, it's ginormous. The 1-0. Line drive, base hit down the right field line over Pasquantino's glove. Dingler over to third. Cutter in on the hands, didn't hit it hard, but he muscled it over the head of Pasquantino. Tigers have runners at the corners, nobody out in the 7th.
Yeah, nice job right there. Love to see that. Kerry Carpenter, he got beat in. But again, good line drive stroke. Little top spin lob piece over Pasquantino's head at first base. Dylan Dingler does what he does, goes first and third. Boys are in business here with Spencer Torkelson coming to the plate.
Righties this year against Schreiber. 11 hits in 69 at-bats. Hitting 159, no power. Dingler just showed you how to do it. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. Oh, the sweeper was up. Torque out ahead of it just a little bit.
Yeah, that one was middle. He's getting a steady diet of sweepers. Schreiber may keep him honest with a fastball in here, off the plate, then go right back out there.
The strike one. Sweeper backs up and gets the...
The batter is challenging the strike call.
No. Nope. I think Torque's going to regret this.
The pitch is a strike. Detroit is out of challenges.
Looks like a bad challenge, but you know what? You got to give guys freedom to do it.
Yep.
And live with some of the results.
The 0-2. Fastball up and away.
Torque's got to cut the inside half of this plate off and look away here. If he gets something in, just fight it off best you can. Try to pull it foul or something. But they're going to stay out there.
Schreiber gets a lot of ground balls, knows how to get the double play with men on. Fastball away.
That front shoulder, that front hip square. Let that backside push the front one out of the way. Stay in the middle of the field. We've seen him do this.
Yep.
Gotten away from it lately. To find a way right here.
Velasquez Massey double play depth. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball middle. And Torque couldn't find it.
Yeah, four-seamer at 94. Upper part of the zone just beat him.
That's a surprise. with the Tigers for a couple of years, 2019 and 2020. His average fastball was 89.8 to be precise in 2020, the last year with the Tigers. The next time we saw him with Boston, he was cruising at 94-95. Soft line drive charging in. Velasquez, the shortstop, will make the catch before it hits the grass. McKinstry, a little blinder. And it's 2 outs. Runners at the corners. That'll leave it up to James Outman. First and third, none out. First and third, 2 outs. Tigers down 2. We're in the 7th inning. Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup.
If bunting was a part of James Outman's game, I wouldn't be afraid of him pulling one right through the channel between first and pitcher's mound.
Backdoor sweeper away. Ball 1. 0 for 2 tonight for James Outman. Steven Cruz, a right-hander, up and throwing. Down 2-0. This is a bullpen you can come back against. 1-0. Big miss in.
I would say, sorry, Dan, I would say less so here with the count in his favor, 2-0. Some people would say, okay, even if he's successful with the bunt, why do that? Because you got number 7 standing on deck. I take my chances with him.
Contact. Just some way. Find a way to make contact. The 2-0. Ground ball foul over by the Royals dugout on the first base side. Righties hitting .330. They draw walks, and they hit with power against John Schreiber. Worst numbers he's ever had against lefties. Tigers trying to get on the board, down 2-0. The 2-1. Swinging a foul to the screen. The sweeper was up, and on the outer third, 2-2.
That's a good pitch to hit from James Outman. Good rip at it, good pass, fouled it off.
Schreiber works toward the first base side of the rubber, more middle, really. He sets 2-2, high fly ball, right field, deep. Lofton back at the fence, looking up, jumps, gone! How about it? James Outman. 2-out, 3-run home run. Tigers take the lead in the 7th.
James Outman, you can bunt or you can hit a 3-run bomb, big boy. You take your pick. I'm fine with either one. I'll take the latter. My goodness. Had a great pitch to hit the pitch before. Sweeper on the outer third, fouls it off. He gets a heater in and blasts it over the fence.
Wow. Oh, what a good feeling
Yes,
that's got to be for him. It's been a struggle at the plate. James Outman has 4 home runs this year. Bobby, 3 have been 3-run shots.
Oh, he knows his time.
Oh, my goodness.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them wear 43 and that old English D.
The strike 1 bounces up to home plate. Wow. Mighty struggles for James Outman, and he has just delivered a huge hit here in the 7th. Turns a deficit into the lead. McGonigal takes a pitch low and in. Another lefty against the righty. Tigers and Royals had 3 one-run games here back in April when the Tigers swept KC. The 2-1. Sweeper down. A 2-1 win, a 2-1 win, and remember that dramatic comeback. Down 9-7 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tigers scored 3 on a Colt Keith single after a Riley Green double to walk it off 10-9. McGonigal waiting on a 3-1. Swinging a line drive into left center field gap. That's going to drop. Chased down by Collins. He'll turn, throw to second base, 1-hop strike, and they got Kevin McGonigal. A perfect throw from Collins. 1-hop strike to Massey, and McGonigal was an easy out at second. Outman with a 2-out, 3-run home run. We head to the 8th inning, 3-2 Tigers. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/.
Pop quiz. How do you go from Captain Clutch to the Iron Horse through a milestone and a marathon? The answer is on Hall of Fame Connections.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
3,000! History with an exclamation point!
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
In Ann Arbor today, Drew Anderson takes over on the mound. James Outman has given the Tigers a 3-2 lead. Fourth home run of the year, his worth repeating, third three-run home run of the year. 2-0 deficit, 3-2 Tigers lead. Michael Massey at the plate for Drew Anderson. First pitch, soft ground ball fouled on the first base line, coming off one of his better outings of the year. A nice chat with Drew today. He's like, just kind of had a smile on his face. I've got to be more consistent.
Yeah. He had good stuff last night.
He wants every outing to be like that, but sometimes it's just baseball. The strike one. Fastball up, but what he did, he missed, and we talked about it at the time. Misses with the changeups have been up, and they've been hit. Yesterday, the misses were down.
Yes.
Works from the middle of the rubber from the stretch. The 1-1. Massey ground ball basing into right. He smoked the changeup into right field. Sharp single to lead off here in the eighth. That's the potential tying run at first base.
Gets the changeup down. Massey drops the barrel on it. The pinch runner at first base now.
Tyler Tolbert will pinch run. Tolbert is one of the fastest players. He's not just the fastest player on this team. He's one of the fastest players in the game. Bunt attempt. Isaac Collins showed bunt. Pulled the bat back. Curveball lands for strike one.
Action in the Royal bullpen. Eli Morgan, right-hander, up and throwing.
Flip over to first to drive Tolbert back. Kansas City loves their designated pinch runners through the years.
Yep.
And this guy's kind of filled that role. 11 steals in 14 attempts. The strike one bunt, and it's going to be caught by Hayule. He was anticipating the bunt. Collins tried to lay it down, and he kept it in the air long enough for Lee to charge in, slide, and make the catch.
He was way in there at third base, just daring him to bunt the ball right at him. And as soon as that ball took off, angle up, Hayule came charging in and made the play look easy. You got to be fearless, a little bit crazy, and some kind of aggressive to play that tight in there. Hayule just made a big play for this Tiger defense.
I love that when he squared, he was going. Tolbert takes off, pitches a strike, threw it on the second, not in time. Tolbert got a jump on Anderson. There was no chance for Dylan Dingler to throw him out. Wow.
He was shot out like a rocket.
That's some speed right there. Some guys have speed, but they don't get that kind of first step. That is a really quick first step.
Looking like Tyson Gay coming out of the blocks. Kidding me?
Josh Rojas, a lefty at the plate. He has strike one. Pitch in the dirt. It pops out in front of Dylan Dingler, but Tolbert read it, and he goes over to third. The ball didn't get far away, but he didn't see it right away. Pitch bounces, and now the infield has to be drawn in tight for Rojas.
And it changes the dynamic of what Drew Anderson may do at the plate to Josh Rojas. He could take that split finger away, the kick change away.
The 1-1. Change up on the outside edge. Gets a called strike 1-2. Rojas 1 for 3 today. Line drive double to right. Fly ball to left, and then another fly ball to left. He hits another one of any depth. It will tie the game. The 1-2. Swinging a line drive into right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Tolbert went back to third for some reason. And then he trotted home. Rojas singles, and the Royals tie the game at 3.
Speed, Dan. Speed. Steals second base. Dirt ball read that wasn't that far away. Gets it, ends up at third base. And like I talked about, you're cognizant of a guy who can run that well at third base. And guess what that was? That was a changeup in the middle of the plate that was up.
It really is all about the misses on the changeup. Yesterday the misses were down. 3 straight in that at-bat to Rojas. That was just, as you said, when it's there, up and kind of middle, it's just a bad fastball. Lofton takes a curveball strike. That was a real weapon for him in the game yesterday. Really good at bat against the lefty Conforto, using that curveball. Strike 1. Change up down, looked like it handcuffed Dylan Dingler. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick Lofton, line drive single, 1 for 3 tonight. 3 runs, 8 hits for each team, no errors. That's the line for each side. 3, 8, and 0. We're in the 8th inning. The 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball to right field, not deep. Kerry Carpenter over in a zag, and he'll make the catch. Two outs, a man on first. Got to leave it up to Andrew Velasquez. Let's pause right now for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. First pitch, curveball, strike, a beauty. First time that Velasquez has been back in the major league since 2023 with the Angels. Just has never been able to get that hit tool going. After 7 years in the major leagues, a 190 career hitter. He's here for his defense with Bobby Witt Jr. out. Fastball away at 96. Lee is in tight, right up to the edge of the grass, to the right of the cutout in front of third. McGonigal up the middle, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, good change up with diving action away. Switch hitter batting lefty.
That's the one you want right there.
Yep, that's when it's a real weapon. Anderson sets the 1-2. Check swing, ground ball fouled on the third base line. He almost tucked that inside the line on a check swing. And that would have been trouble.
Oh, man.
Rojas at first does not have a lot of speed. The 1-2. Change up in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-3 3-3 game. We're in the 8th inning. Joe Anderson gave up a single to start the inning, and the speed of Tolbert took over. The 2-2, check swing, got him. It's a called third. Velasquez is protesting, but that was in the strike zone. Tolbert's speed ties the game. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-3 game. Tigers and Royals first to 4 into.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Let's take a road trip to Wrigley Field today. Home of the Chicago Cubs since 1916, Wrigley Field is the second oldest ballpark in the majors, just behind Boston's Fenway Park. Hop off the L in the heart of Wrigleyville and take in the unique buzz of the neighborhood. On the corner of Clark and Addison, the iconic red marquee sign welcomes fans into the friendly confines. Once inside, direct your attention to the manually operated scoreboard that sits 60 feet above center field. Lush green ivy covers the brick outfield walls, and just beyond the bleachers, Wrigley rooftops provide an unrivaled view of the game. When at Wrigley, you have to get a Chicago dog. With everything, of course. The chicken tinga torta or chicken and churros are great options too. Find your seat in the bleachers and embrace the rowdiness. Sing along to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And don't forget to root for the Cubbies. Wrigley Field, an unforgettable experience.
Copyrighted broadcast presented by authority. The Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Pitch and change, brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. Steven Cruz, big right arm, takes over on the mound, his 34th appearance of the year.
Yeah, big arm, like you said. That fastball will sit 99. We will see triple digits from him. Four-seam fastball, cutter, slider. Low three-quarter arm angle. Good extension. 6'7", 225 pounds.
Tolbert stays in the game. He's in right. Gleyber Torres swinging and a miss. To start the bottom of the 8th inning. 2, 3, 4 hitters. 2 righties and then a lefty. Swinging a foul over the screen down the right field line. Lofton now in at second base. And Tolbert stays in the game. He's in right field. Collins in left. Thomas in center. Tolbert in right. Rojas, Velasquez, Lofton, Pasquantino third to first. The 0-2. Swing and a foul. Slider backed up. That's a good job of fouling that pitch off.
Yes, it is.
For Gleyber Torres. This is much like John Schreiber. Big right-left split, the 0-2. Fastball sizzles away. Schreiber Strom is the one who had given up 10 home runs in 33 innings. This righty, the hard-throwing righty, has given up 10 home runs in his 35 innings of work. 8 of them to lefties. Foul out of play. Torres will see at least 6 pitches in this trip to the plate. 3-3 game. We're in the bottom of the 8th. A 1-2. Ground ball on a high chop foul down the third base line. 4th year in the major leagues, all with Kansas City. Didn't really get any regular opportunity to log innings until last year. He had a good year out of the bullpen. This year the power numbers are up, the strikeout numbers are up. Cutter gets a swing and miss. That's a 95-mile-an-hour cutter with sharp late break away from a righty. And you can see why he is tougher on righties with that pitch alone.
That's nasty right there. He's already at that low three-quarter arm angle, 6'7", coming at you. Good extension. Looks like a fastball, four-seam fastball away for days, and all of a sudden a sharp left turn. Gleyber swings through that one.
Ayu Lee batting. First pitch fastball, 99 up, ball one. James Outman with a 2-out, 3-run home run. Second in as many days for a Tigers hitter. The other belongs to Ayu Lee. A 2-out, 3-run home run yesterday delivered the win in Chicago. Came early in the game, but it delivered the win. Fastball away off the glove of Jensen. Because the Tiger pitching was outstanding. Led by Cater Montero, Summers, Anderson, Finnegan, and Jensen closing it out. Cutter low and away, 3-0. Walk rate of 4, a strikeout rate of 11 per 9 in Cruz's 35 innings. The 2-0 for the 3-0, striking the knees on the outside edge. 3-1. Lee came into the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning. Drew a walk. The 3-1. Ground ball up the middle into center field. The base hit. Got a cutter over the plate and just punched it up the middle. Ayu Lee is on with 1 out of the 8th inning.
Yeah, it's good hitting from Ayu Lee. You could tell in his approach, he was looking at nothing middle in. Split the plate in half, look out over it, got a cutter he can handle and hit hard right back from where it came. And this is what you want, Dan. You talked about lefties having a significant advantage, 845 OPS against left-handers. It's Steven Cruz, and he's got to deal with Riley Green.
8 home runs in 78 at-bats for lefties. Pasquantino in, Jensen out. Cruz gets an average number of ground balls. He has a knack for getting ground balls with men on base. He's had 5 double plays turned behind him. First pitch, Riley Green, ground ball softly to second. Lofton will field, look towards second, and his only play is at first, a simple 4-3 put out. Lee goes down to second base, potential go-ahead run at second with 2 outs. I'll leave it up to Dylan Dingler. Always like having this guy at the plate.
No doubt about it.
In a big situation.
And this is a good guy with a good approach for this big right-hander on the mound for the Royals. He stayed away from everybody, all the right-handed hitters into lefties. Likes that outer third and outer edge with the fastball and the cutter.
Lee takes a big lead off second. First pitch to Dingler. Slider below the knees. Ball 1. 1 for 2. He's also drawn a walk. Lofton at second base. Up the middle. Not really trying to shorten that lead. Ayu Lee can take a pretty good sized secondary at second base. Cruz checks in the 1-0. Swing and a long slicing foul out of play deep down the right field line. Outfield deep and straight up. Tolbert in right, in a little bit and toward the line with a righty up. The 1-1. Swinging a little pop fly down the right field line. Slicing foul. That would have been perfect.
Oh, that is
just a little flare. Serve it out there into right. Broke his bat. Frankie Boyd, the bat boy, always on the case. Delivers a new bat. Dingler came in hitting .271 with 22 home runs, 3 home runs the first 2 games in Chicago. Deep into his legs. Upper body upright, the 1-2, swing a line drive, fair ball down the left field line, a bullet into the corner. Lee around third, he scores. Dingler cruises into second. 2-out RBI double, and the Tigers take a 4-3 lead in the 8th.
Dylan Dingler doing Dylan Dingler things, having huge at-bats. when the Tigers need him the most. That was a cutter that was out. It started middle. It ended outer third. And it ended up in the left field corner for an RBI double to put the Tigers ahead. This guy's been unbelievable for this team all year long in all phases. Dylan Dingler's a dude.
4-3 Tigers in the 8th. 3 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. Man, he's just money, Bobby.
Every at-bat. He never gives a pitch in that bat away.
Kerry Carpenter swings and fouls. The fastball out of play. 99 with movement in.
And Dan, you don't get that base hit. And yes, it was down the left field line. You don't get that base hit if you're thinking pull. On that pitch right there, you run out of bat, you punch out, and the Tigers in the dugout.
The strike one to Kerry. Swing and a miss. Cutter. That speaks to the quality of the cutter. That was middle of the plate, but 94. Just that little movement at the plate. Got it by Kerry Carpenter. Carpenter 1 for 3 tonight. The 0-2 lays off a 98-mile-an-hour fastball low and in. 4-3 Tigers in the 8th. Drew Summers getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. Looks like AJ might ride with him. 2 lefties coming up in the 9th. Swinging a pop-up foul right above us. AJ's confidence growing in Drew Summers. We think the best sign of all was his fielding the ground ball yesterday, starting a 1-6-3 double play with great confidence. The 1-2. Ground ball fouled on the first baseline.
Yeah, he may go with Drew Summers. Jensen and Pasquantino schedule a hit. Sandwiched between them is Lane Thomas. Caglianone's lurking over there, too, on that Kansas City bench.
Tigers have made Cruz throw 22 pitches here in the 8th inning. The 1-2. Swinging a foul out of play. Slider away. Emergency hack. He just flicked his bat at a slider that might have grabbed the outside edge. Fouled it off well back third base side.
Fight him. That's all you can do right here. Keep fighting. You get one you can handle.
Carp waiting on another 1-2 from Steven Cruz on the way. Swing and a foul to the screen.
99 away from him, Dan, after throwing that backdoor cutter the pitch before.
That's a good foul.
Yes, it is.
He's going to see at least 8 pitches. The count is still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Velasquez, the shortstop, trying to shorten that lead of Dylan Dingler. He's right up the middle. The 1-2. Ground ball on the high chop to first. Pasquantino charges and played it into an in-between hop. And he booted it. Carpenter is safe. Dingler will head over to third. He had to make that split-second decision about whether to stay back and field it or charge. When he charged, he played into a very difficult hop.
The second you make that decision, Dan, if you don't go forward more often than that, it ends up like this. He was half a foot late. If he goes right at the beginning, he walks himself right into a short hop instead, half a step back, then decides to go. It's an in-between hop.
Yeah, that hesitation cost him. Sometimes contact can be your friend. Carpenter reaches on the Pasquantino error to put runners at the corners. For Spencer Torkelson, opportunity to add to a 4-3 lead. Mound visit. Now Torque ready. 35,000 plus on their feet. First pitch up and in.
The catcher sounds in the ball call. The pitch is the ball. Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
Torque tonight is 0 for 3. He struck out in all 3 at-bats. He had a rough night going on Monday night in Chicago.
and then delivered a big 2-run single right up the middle in the 10th inning after an error. Cut her away. See if the Tigers can take advantage of this error by Pasquantino. Extends the inning. Dingler's double has given the Tigers a 4-3 lead, breaking the 3-3 tie. The 2-0. Check swing and a 97-mile-an-hour fastball outer third. Don't see him check a swing very often on a fastball.
And that tells you he's between, Dan. He's behind the heater and ahead of the all-speed stuff.
The 2-1. Swinging a pop-up. Slams the bat down in frustration. Pasquantino will give way to Velasquez, the shortstop. Charges in and makes the catch to the right side of the mound. Torkelson pops out. Tigers get a 2-out RBI double from Dylan Dingler and take the lead. We head to the ninth, 4-3 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team, and this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
First pitch to Ortiz. Swung on, line towards left, long run for Ewing. He dives and he made the catch.
Ewing went back, and in left field, he's looked terrific.
He shouldn't be sneaking up on anybody, right? I mean, he's an all-star, 10 wins, his ERA below 3, and no matter where the game is played, no matter what lineup he's facing, he does his thing.
Abrams hits one high and deep out to right center. After it is Troy Johnson. Way back it goes, and out of here! And he's got 4 in his last 3 games.
Leo Jimenez grabbed it right next to the third base bag. He tapped it with his right foot, fired to second for out number 2, and on to first in plenty of time to get Altuve for 3. 474 feet for Fernando Tatis Jr.
Ninth inning is brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. A.J. Hinch says, I'll let you know what I think of a guy by how I use him.
That's right.
Slowly but surely, Drew Summers has worked his way from pitching in games where the Tigers were behind, usually close, to games where the game was tied, to now being used in games where they have the lead, and he is getting the opportunity to close this game out tonight.
Drew Summers out of that Tiger bullpen, left-hander, low arm angle, just about sidearm, 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, slider. He'll mix the occasional change into right-handers.
2 lefties and a righty in between. Jensen, Thomas, Pasquantino. First pitch up and away, ball 1.
A good heater from Summers. Low arm angle. Average 95 on that fastball.
The 1-0. Fastball out of third for a called strike. He's been used a lot of times to get the final out or 2 outs of an inning, so it's 19 appearances, 12 innings, 6 runs, but twice it was 3 runs in 1 outing, so 2 different games. Swing and a miss, slider down. What really impresses, he gets swing and miss. The hard contact rate is really low. That's a great sign.
Sure is.
He misses barrels. The ball's put in play, it's usually put in play softly. The 1-2. Fastball high. All about staying in the strike zone. Confidence growing outing by outing for Drew Summers. This is quite a moment, though, for him. A.J. Hinch entrusting him with the 9th. Jensen is 1 for 3 with a walk today. From the stretch, Summers, 2-2. Swing and a miss, got him! Live fastball middle.
That's a great job by Drew Summers. Located that 4-seam fastball away to start. Sinker for a called strike. Threw him a little slider as well. Finished him with that sinker that runs back in. And Carter Jensen swung right through it.
Brings up Lane Thomas. Right-handed batter in between the two lefties. Pasquantino waiting on deck. First pitch. Sinker up and away. Kyle Finnegan gets loose. In the Tigers dugout, Thomas 0 for 4 today. He's putting together a lot of good at-bats. Injury shortened last year with Cleveland and just a disaster at the plate. This year, hitting 240 with some solid power numbers. He's going to work an at-bat. Going to make you throw him strikes. Takes a pitch high and away, 2-0.
This is where he has to locate whatever pitch he throws right here.
A little better against lefties for this righty. The 2-0. Fastball, perfect. Drop and drive delivery, perfect. 95 on the outside edge, strike one.
It's a four-seamer, but because of his arm angle, that four-seamer has a touch of arm side run, but it's a good sign, him getting to his arm side and down.
Summers sets, holds the glove above the belt, the 2-1. Slider misses low and in. So you would think Cal Finnegan is up for the guy who's two batters away, Salvador Perez. The 3-1, up and away, walked him. Man on, man out, ninth inning. Lane Thomas runs well. Drew Summers has done a good job stopping runners at first base. Thomas 6 steals in 9 attempts. Pasquantino at the plate. 4-3 Tigers in the ninth. First pitch, ground ball, base hit into right. Sinker in on his hands. Thomas stops at second. Matt Vierling gets the ball in. Didn't hit it hard, but he got it into right, and that'll be the end of the day for Drew Summers. Kyle Finnegan's coming on. Tigers clinging to a 4-3 lead in the ninth. 2 on, 1 out for the Royals. While they make the change, we'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
The Rocket Classic returns July 30th through August 2nd at the historic Detroit Golf Club. Tickets are selling fast. This is the one you want to show up for, because at the Classic, you're right there, up against the action, along the fairways and greens of a beautifully restored course.
Williams pops it up. Another one for Jeffers. Well, the best part about it is that he can actually try to smile a little bit.
Jeffries laughs at himself, and I think that's cool, because I'm not laughing at his inability to catch the pop. And that's the way the game is. You have to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit.
Gathers himself, and he gets Benj on a nice play by Bryson Stott over there at second, diving to his left. One pitch and another one pitch out.
Dead center field into the batter's eye for Francisco Alvarez. A solo home run gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball in the dirt for Devin Williams. His 14th save this season and the 100th save of his Major League career.
Beatty has left the yard. 5th home run of the year comes off Nola here in the 7th. It's 2-0 Mets. His 2nd blast of the night, and back-to-back homers make it 3-0 New York.
Strike 3 called. Phillies lose the challenge. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings, and he and the Mets take a 1-0 lead.
Kyle Finnegan takes over on the mound for the Tigers. Pitching change brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Kyle Finnegan last night, the bullpen was outstanding closing out the game last night. Kyle Finnegan pitched the 8th. He did hit it better, but Bobby, we saw, I think, the best. He's throwing the slider more. He has all year, but he threw it last night. It was maybe the best of the year.
Yeah, he threw one that was absolutely filthy, and several of them that were very good. And you're right. I think collectively the best sliders he's thrown all year were last night. Like we said, worked the inning last night. Inning pitched, struck out 1 hitter. That's all he needed right there. Forcing fastball, split finger slider from Kyle Finnegan.
Salvador Perez at the plate. 2 on, 1 out. That's the jam that Finnegan inherits. The first pitch to Perez away, ball 1. Righties have really given him trouble this year. He's hit 180 against right-handed pitching with a little power, but almost no power. Not for this guy who has hit righties and lefties his entire career. The 1-0. Swinging a ground ball softly to first. Torkelson will flip down to second. One relay back to first. Double play. Tigers win. Beautifully turned. Soft ground ball. Torkelson to McGonigal to Finnegan covering first. That's how you do it.
That was the slowest developing 3-6-3 double play, 3-6-1 double play I've ever seen. You got to remember Salvy's running, and he got jammed on that ball. When you get jammed like that, you can't get out of the box, and that helped McGonigal turn that double play. That's amazing. I didn't think they had a chance, and I look up, and Salvy's 2/3 of the way down the line.
Wow. Kyle Finnegan comes in, inherits a jam. He needs 2 pitches to get out of it with a double play ball. The Tigers take the first of 4 from the Kansas City Royals. Great way to start a homestand. Tigers continue to roll. Our final score, the Detroit Tigers 4 and the Kansas City Royals 3.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 with employee pricing for everyone. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. Right now, employee pricing for everyone. You pay what we pay. Well-qualified current eligible GMC lessees can get a 24-month ultra-low mileage lease for $199 per month with $39.99 due at signing on a 2026 Sierra light-duty elevation crew cab with a TurboMax engine. That's employee pricing for everyone. $199 per month with $39.99 due at signing. Must be a current lessee of a 2021 model year or newer Buick or GMC vehicle through GM Financial for at least 30 days prior to the new vehicle sale. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Mileage charge of 25 cents a mile over 20,000 miles. At participating dealers only. Residency restrictions apply. Visit GMCOfferInfo.com for details.
Summer is back, Tigers fans, which means it's time to get your yard ready for the season ahead. Cookouts, backyard catch, friends and family together. Your lawn is the backdrop to it all. So this season, get your yard ready with Pennington and keep it strong all year long. As a proud partner of the hardest working grounds crew, Pennington is...
Being named to an all-star team just once in a career is an incredible feat. But for Juan Soto, that's just part of his game. For the 5th time in his career, Soto is headed back to the All-Star game. Soto finished second among NL outfielders thanks to a late surge in fan voting.
Mets fans are unbelievable. I really appreciate everything that they have done for me. Seeing myself where I started in the boats and then see where I finish is incredible what they did.
It will be his 2nd start overall and his first All-Star appearance as a New York Met. Something crazy? At just 27 years old, he is the youngest player to make the Midsummer Classic with 4 different teams. The Nationals, Padres, Yankees, and now the Mets. So how did Juan Soto celebrate? By hitting a go-ahead bomb, of course.
And a high fly ball, deep right field, right down the line. God, if it stays fair, that ball is out of here!
Oh, Roche goes down awkwardly on the mound.
He caught the ball in the hat. So whose ball is it? It's a good question. I'm going to have to ask that lady from Philly.
Meanwhile, out in the Cove, this guy just sort of check and see what the score is.
It's all Rizzo jersey trying to make the play on it. Could it be? Oh, Rizzo, no, he hadn't. He literally hit it right to him.
That's why I'm retired, is what he just said.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Storefronts and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Life is beautiful and fragile.
On the ground and backing up. Bichette. He will two-hop it over, and he is able to get home. Looks at the wall. It's gone. Into the trees for the 9-hole hitter, Francisco Alvarez.
Strike three called inside corner to end the inning. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings.
Beatty swings and drives one right field to the wall. He'll turn and watch it fly. Brett Beatty, a solo home run, gives the Mets a 2-0 lead. To left, Marsh going back. It's over his head. He turns and it's gone. It snuck over the railing and left. Francisco Alvarez with his 2nd home run of the game. The Mets have clipped Nola twice in the inning.
Off the bat of Trey Turner, deep to left field, and that ball is gone. Home run for Trey Turner, number 11 on the year.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball in the dirt for Devin Williams. His 14th save this season and the 100th save of his Major League career.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya? La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Put the Tigers ahead.
Player of the game brought to you by Pennington Grass Seed, the official grass seed of the Detroit Tigers. Bullpen did the job well tonight. Who's your player of the game, Bobby?
I would say...
I'm leaning Dylan Dingler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like we give it to him all the time. I'm trying to search for someone else, but he's been so good.
He's got a share, still.
Yeah, certainly. I can't argue with that. I mean, and here's the thing. Let's zoom out. Not just tonight, but let's zoom out. What he means to this team in every aspect of the game. Catchers end up being managers and coaches because they touch every aspect of the game. He gets his starting pitcher through the game. He gets the rest of the bullpen. He's got to understand when to go out. Now the added dynamic of understanding when a good challenge is and when you may win a challenge, but you don't want to use it right then. The offensive piece, to get the production offensively that we're getting from Dylan Dingler, doing the job he's doing behind the plate, you don't find that often in Major League Baseball. There are a handful of guys that are able to do what he's doing. And then also the clutch gene, the ability to stay cool in that moment and deliver a 2-out base hit on a cutter away from guys out there throwing 99 from a low arm angle right-handed, and he stays on that cutter and hits it down the left field line. You can't underestimate and you can't understate what Dylan Dingler is doing, not just tonight for this team, but in the whole aggregate of the season for the Detroit Tigers.
And also a cap tip to Tyler Holton for getting 5 big outs after Troy Melton gave up a single and a home run to start the 6th. He got 5 outs to bridge this game to the 7th inning in that last out of the 7th inning for Waguespack, who got that final out. But those were 5 big outs.
All of them. I mean, you're absolutely right. And that was a big opportunity for Tyler Holton. And we're seeing the Tyler Holton we've come to know in years past. It was a little bit of a struggle early on. Scatter shot command. The stuff wasn't as crisp as normal, despite the numbers saying so. The miles per hour and the velocities or whatever. It just wasn't as crisp. He's found that, and he's back to the guy we know and we've seen the last few years.
Tigers win it by the final score of 4-3. Big hit of the game brought to you by Little Caesars. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. 2-out, 3-run home run will get you the big hit of the game. James Outman, his 4th home run. 3 of the 4 have been 3-run home runs. Turned a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead. Tigers go on to the 4-3 win. Also, Dylan Dingler, yes, the 2-out double to break the 3-3 tie. Both of the big hits in the 7th and 8th inning were our big hits of the game. Good night at the ballpark. Perfect weather. Tigers come from behind win. Tigers within 5 games of the 500 mark after falling 16 below by the end of May. Stay with us. More postgame after this on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Some people might give you one pizza for $9.99. Little Caesars gives you more because more is better. It's Little Caesars More for $9.99 menu. Get 2 of your faves for only $9.99. The More for $9.99 menu for a limited time. Pizza. Online only. Available at participating Little Caesars locations for a limited time only. Plus taxes and fees where applicable. Prices and offers may vary by location. Prices may be higher on third-party sites or via delivery. No substitutions. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Hi, Tigers fans. It's Dan Dickerson. Over a 162-game season, you can count on special players to step up in the biggest moments. That's the textbook definition of dependability. For 87 years, Michiganders have counted on Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan to stand behind us during life's biggest moments. Babies being born, broken bones being repaired, times when we need care that improves the quality and length of life. Blue Cross pays more than $100 million every day for the care of millions of us, doing their work in partnership with doctors and hospitals, providing health insurance in every zip code in all 83 Michigan counties. Blue Cross makes sure that we get the care we need wherever and whenever we need it, thanks to their nationwide network of 2 million participating care providers. Standing behind us every day for 87 years. When you can rely on a company to be there for you again and again, that's dependability. That's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Learn more about their work at mibluedaily.com.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. We know that when you're hurt, hiring a law firm with the most experience can mean the difference between getting everything you deserve or walking away empty-handed. We're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm. Our lawyers have over 600 years of collective experience. 600 years. And that matters because more experience